Hi guys, welcome to the Bonsai Movie Crew. I'm Eric. This is
Karen.
Joseph.
Madison.
Yeah, like you introduced.
I figured he was taking a drink. Okay, I was letting the guy having his drink. All right.
I was taking a sip.
Anyways,
Sip of cola.
remember to check out our TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and of course our YouTube. Please like and comment and subscribe and share with your friends. We also have an email if you would like to contact us that way. bonsaimoviecrew@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.
I love how he's just
totally
reading.
reading.
I am. I'm
Everything
completely
that I wrote down.
exactly. So
Tumblr.
now,
I got.
we do have to add Tumblr.
And you can check.
You can
us out
add some flair to it. You don't have to read it verbatim.
I'm going to read it verbatim.
Okay.
So do we? I'm still throwing the Spotify and stuff out there. We're still on Spotify and everything. I guess. I mean, we don't get a lot of downloads on Spotify. Like apparently, the YouTube's a hot thing, but
It's probably because, like I said, people are more visually stimulated than audio. Even though you can listen
I was gonna
to,
say you said
You-
stimulated.
you can listen to Spotify and stuff like that if you're allowed to at work, which I'm not allowed to anymore. But that's another subject.
I can do whatever the fuck I want at
Yeah.
work because I'm a hooker.
He is. It's true. He works on the streets.
A hooker that works with bricks.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, you ain't got the money. Kick bricks.
Oh.
Is You're gonna hate me. You're gonna hate me.
Is
Start
your-
over again.
You're gonna
Don't
hate
feel
me.
bad. I'll start.
Is your job line stone hard?
Oh, it's very. Yeah,
That was
Wow.
great.
yeah. I'm gonna use that.
Oh, Madison, that was good. I love it.
I just see a 3% increase in my customer intake. By intake, I mean, well, you know what I mean.
You should have billboards and cards with that on it.
Fuck yeah, dude. Need a blowjob? Here you go. Call me anytime. I do house calls.
Because
We
we're
make you
stone
stone
hard
hard.
here at whatever your job's called.
Yeah, whatever your job's called.
Whatever your.
Well, I don't know if the
job's
name's stuck or not.
It sticks.
called.
Somewhere or another.
What?
Anyways, Joseph, what news and trailers do you have for us this week?
Joseph's got some fucking news.
I don't have any trailers this week. If you want to see them, you can look them up. I just didn't do it this week because I'm a fucking lazy ass.
That makes me sad.
I do have some news though. Sorry.
Kind of
yeah,
like that segment.
It was fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. So the Mario Brothers movie is doing really well.
I love that. movie.
So the Super Mario Brothers movie becomes highest grossing domestic movie of 2023 in just 6 days. Right here it says the Super Mario Brothers movie phenomenon has continued beyond its Easter weekend opening, with the film continued to break records and take its place as the highest grossing domestic movie of the year after just 6 days on release. Having taken $224 million by Monday, the Illumination Universal movie has surpassed Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, who drew in $212 million domestic total and is only $50 million away. Hold on, I had to open a new thing. Away from becoming the highest grossing worldwide. As well as continuing the charge into the week, the Super Mario Brothers movie pulled in another 20.1 million. I think those are euros on Monday. Another record breaking for Illumination, whose previous Monday high was 19.6 million, set by Sing back in 2016. The Monday haul also gave the movie the second highest Monday ever for Universal, I just got it stuck in my brain.
That's the only way. That's not the only place it gets stuck.
Yeah, right? I get stuck a lot of places.
Wow.
Coming in just
Dad,
short
Dad,
of
We're not even 5
2015.
minutes
Wait,
in.
Dad,
What?
you get your stone stuck a lot.
Sure, yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
even 5 minutes in.
Oh my god. It's always about cum on this show.
Not even 5 minutes in.
Right,
Like we're
Jesus.
3 minutes.
Smurf
Get
jizz.
get your minds out of the gutters.
You started it.
Anyway, coming in at just short of 2015,
Why you pointing at me
Jurassic
for?
World, and
What the fuck
an
did I
impressive
do?
third best Monday in April ever behind the massive Marvel movies Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. Having been on release for less than a week, the Super Mario Brothers movie has another several weeks to run at the box office, and that means it is currently looking at the a total box office that could make it hard to beat as highest grossing movie of the year. All of that will be revealed in time, but there is currently no signs of the film relinquishing the box office crown for some time to come. So there you have it. So, suck it, critics. Who's saying, hold on here. I think I've snapshotted.
Snap. You mean
I think
screenshot?
Yeah. So, last time I checked it, it was at 55% on Rotten Tomatoes for critic score.
Yeah.
Can anybody guess what the audience score is?
Oh, it's probably
No, it's like
fucking
100%.
Fucking 98, 99.
It's 96%.
Oh, man.
That's fucking ridiculous. That's a huge difference between audience and critics.
Oh,
Like,
man.
what does that say? And I read some of them fucking... Actually, you know what? I'm going to read you some of these because it really irritates me. It does.
He was
It irritates-
reading through
it's-
them.
I was reading
a
through
few
them. I was
days
like, I was
ago.
just irritated. I was like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. And just some of the things that they were nitpicking through. I'm like, that is dumb. Like, what do you...
It's like how people that
It's
were
the
in
people
auto
who
areas
didn't like play Mario and stuff. That's
fucking
what that is.
nitpicking shit.
Hold on.
I liked
Why is
Mario
it
movies.
not- here it
We
is.
have this piece of wood we have sandpaper on that we use
Okay.
to like, get in certain crevices
So-
so that they mark that up.
so currently
What
it's
are you
sitting-
guys talking about?
Currently, the
Auditing.
Audits.
scores are sitting
That works.
at, for critics, it's at 57% and at 96% audience. So listen to some of the shit that these retards say. And by retards, I mean retards. It is the laziest possible version of a Mario movie. And for most viewers, young and old, that'll be totally acceptable. Duh, because it's a fucking kids movie. The whole package is a deranged mishmash of overstimulating elements. What does that mean? Can you be overstimulated? Can you be
I
overstimulated?
mean, if you
Karen?
took shrooms, maybe
I
you
don't
might be
think
overstimulated.
so.
with it.
Right, that's
I-
what I'm saying. Like, how can you be? Like, you could
Yeah,
say
how
the same
can
thing
they-
about the new Avatar movie.
That's what I was going to say. How can they eat that shit up, but this is overstimulating?
Right, exactly. This is overstimulating. Like, oh, there's too many colors. and
That
it's
actually
too vibrant and
that
pretty.
makes me think you should take shrooms before go seeing this movie.
I agree. You probably should.
Probably, I
This
mean,
is the second time in
It
2
would be
weeks we've talked
amazing
about
to
taking
watch.
shrooms before we went.
We should just do
Are
it.
you guys trying
to tell me something?
You imagine the
Buy
trip
it
on
the
that?
stream. And then another one says a frantic Easter egg hunt of a film that does the bare minimum to please its loyal existing fan base. I don't know about you, but I've been playing Mario since I was a child.
Me too.
Right.
Since it came, the first Mario game came out in '81. I was born in '86. I think by that time, Mario 2 or 3 had come out, and I've been playing Mario for 37 years, and I was not disappointed with this movie. Being someone who's been playing it my entire life, I am not disappointed with that. I was not disappointed with that movie.
That's the overall
I always
consensus.
played Mario
Yeah.
on my DS as a kid. That was
Says
like my
what,
go-to.
another guy says what it seems to have forgotten is creating an engaging story. It's bland, uninteresting, and cobbled together. Okay, so check this out. An uninteresting story. The entire story of Mario is him going from castle to castle looking for the princess. And every time
And finally,
he gets to
finding
a castle, they're like, oh, she's in another fucking castle. Like, there's no story, dude. There's no story to the games. Like,
Yeah.
so the story that they gave it, which I thought was fine because it wasn't overdone. It's meant for kids. It's geared towards children. Was awesome because it put Peach front and center with Mario and essentially made Luigi the damsel in distress, which was cool because it showed it kind of showed Peach taking Mario under her wing as like his mentor.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I just think that it showed like not only that kind of companionship, but also how close Mario and Luigi are as brothers and what Mario will do and go through to save his brother and take care of his brother.
It was a really good movie.
So
That's
all
what
I've
it said
heard.
to me.
That's all I've heard.
Yeah.
Said it's good.
I'm wanting to watch it.
I'll tell you guys the critics' consensus. It says, okay, I'll read you this and then I'll tell you the audience consensus. So critics' consensus: while it's nowhere near as thrilling as turtle tipping your way to 128 lives, the Mario Brothers movie is a colorful, albeit thinly plotted, animated adventure that has about as many Nintendos as Nintendon is. Nintendants. Okay, funny. Nintendants.
It's a big word.
Yeah, but that's a dumb consensus.
Yeah.
So you want to know what the audience said?
Hardy
Fucking
har
epic.
har.
You know what the audience said? They just said, woohoo!
That's
That's all it says is, woohoo!
That's great.
They gave it a 5-star then?
Well, I mean, they
it's
gave
a
it a 96%. So, and that's out of 10,000 plus
That's an
reviews.
A+.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I think that, and we went and watched it last week, and my son Gavin literally walked out and said, that might be the greatest movie I'll ever see. That's what he said. He's loved Mario since he was a kid, though. So he was ecstatic. He was over the moon about it.
Yeah.
I haven't had a reaction to a movie like that since the Broly movie came out, and even then it wasn't that.
Yeah, I mean, I
Good.
was excited to go watch the movie, but dude, I was not disappointed.
Exceeded
I thought the movie-
expectations.
for sure. It was a fucking blast. There was no dull moments. It didn't slow down. It was just from beginning to end fun,
Mhm.
and I thought it was great. So critics can suck my ass, and they can suck Mario's ass too if they want. I'm
You
just
got it. A really
They're going to tap
long
your
text
ass like
from
a
Alec
keg.
about how much he loved it.
yeah.
And then that Monday, I got a really long text about, John Leguizamo sucks because apparently he was bad mouthing.
Yeah, he was all butthurt about it. Said it was racist or something.
Yeah, I got this really long text about how much John Leguizamo sucks, and then a really at the very bottom, how's your Monday?
How's your Monday?
Hi,
Yeah,
Alec.
I mean, if you guys haven't seen it yet, 100%. Honestly, I think that whenever it comes out, we should review it. Whenever it comes out on digital.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think we should
100%
review it.
behind. Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be us just sitting here thinking, like, it was amazing. You know what I mean?
pretty much.
Just
But I
stroking it the whole
kind of
time.
want to review it whenever it comes out because it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
And I totally want to watch it again.
Well,
so.
it's kind of sucks we know the tomato score now.
That's-
won't
Well,
forget
it's
it,
gonna
but-
ebb and flow. Because it's always
Don't
Change-
you ruin this for me.
okay.
You shush it.
I mean,
This is the part where you tell him to shut up and go suck something.
I'm done.
go suck a wiener. All right. Anyway, that's all the news I've got. So
All right, so let's get into what have you been watching.
What the hell have you been watching?
We'll start with Madison and work our way around.
Madison always gets to start.
You dropped your pen.
Yeah. It's a pencil.
Oh,
It's all the way over there.
it's too far gone.
We can't go back. We can't go
Oh
back.
my god, that
now.
was
I don't even see
I wanted
it.
to say no, don't stop.
I fell into the abyss.
what's that yell that you always
The Wilhelm scream.
Yeah.
the
Oh.
goat scream.
That's what we need, for, when
For
we
a
talk
bump.
about bumps,
For
we
a
do need the
bump.
Wilhelm scream.
okay.
Sorry.
I was watching Alice in Borderland again because I only watched 2 episodes of that since last time we did podcast, and The Walking Dead, of course. I watched a couple episodes of that. But I've been watching My Hero Academia again, but I'm trying to take it slow though because it's the last season and I'm scared. So I'm pacing myself through it.
She said the same thing about The Walking Dead. She was afraid of Glenn dying. I was like, well, it happened, so you might as well just power through it. You know?
Yeah.
I did. I was
We all
watching
know
a
it
couple
happens.
episodes every day until Glenn died, and then I realized I wasn't that sad that Glenn died. I was more sad that Abraham died, and then
Yeah, I
I
was more
sped
sad
through
about
the rest.
Abraham, but then it was
I
funny
love
because
both
I
of
was
them, but
I was after that whole episode, I was done. I was over it. I didn't watch another episode.
I did.
after that.
I continued
Neither did my
watching it, but
mom.
the thing about that show is, whenever they killed Abraham, I was like, no, I liked Abraham, and I was like, but at least they didn't kill Glenn, and then they killed Glenn. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was confused whenever they killed Abraham because I was like, okay, Glenn's supposed to die. Glenn's supposed to die. I already know who's gonna die. Glenn's gonna die. It's already been spoiled for me. So the episode started. I was like, and then Abraham died, and I was like,
Then Glenn hit you.
What?
Yeah,
And then
that's the
Daryl
thing,
got
is,
up
like,
and
you know,
punched Negan, and then Negan turned around and hit Glenn. I was like, oh.
That's the thing. Is like you hated it because you're like, fuck, he killed Abraham, but if you knew the comics, you're like, that was where Glenn was supposed to die.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And if you know the comics, like Carol was supposed to die in like the first season,
Yeah.
but live through the whole.
I kind of
series.
liked her
Daryl
arc,
didn't even
though.
exist.
Yeah,
in
but
her
I-
whole
her
yeah.
arc was cool.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay,
We
and
digress.
Friends. My sister told me, and it was the American thing to do to at least watch the first season. So I'm trying.
Pivot.
I think I'm on episode 8. Maybe.
Godspeed. I tried.
I'm trying.
I tried to.
I'm
what?
trying.
Friends.
Friends.
I couldn't do
I'm
it.
not interested.
I tried. I made it through 3 episodes, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm done. I can't do it."
I think
can't.
I tried to watch Friends before, and that's how far I made it.
Yeah,
Because I've seen the first couple of episodes, and then I have no clue where I'm at.
I like-
right now.
It's funny because like,
I
to
see, like-
imagine like having a show about a group of friends who live in New York City and in some of the nicest apartments I've ever seen
Right.
in New York City.
yeah. Their whole story for that is that they were all rent controlled from like previous like relatives and stuff.
yeah,
So they all got lucky. Huh?
yeah. Like they're all
Okay.
living in New York, like downtown New York, in like these nice and these nice fucking
apartments.
and like. You know, but like Rachel just moves in, doesn't have a job or nothing, but hey,
Mhm.
there she is, able to afford it.
Yep.
You know, it's just a weird.
Struggling actor. and
Yeah,
all that,
like
yeah.
a
Rachel
struggling actor and
Rachel
shit.
isn't paying rent. She moved in with Monica. I think that was her name.
Whatever it was, but well, that was you. You're
Wait,
like,
is Monica the same actor as Gail from Scream?
Yes.
Okay, I thought
That's
so.
where
I
she got
wasn't
her-
sure
yeah,
though.
that's where
That's
Yeah.
where she got her start. Is Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so,
She-
but I was watching it. I
Well,
wanted
kind
to-
of. She did a few minor things before
Yeah.
and stuff.
She
but,
was
yeah.
in fucking Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
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 Most I've seen on that show was pretty much just like the funny shorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's where it's funny is like if you see little clips of it,
Yeah.
it's funny. But like to try and sit down and watch entire episodes, I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Like
I just don't.
Like, I'm
The
a,
pivot
I'm
one
a
kinda
Seinfeld.
kills me.
Yeah.
I love watching Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld's funny.
Like that shit's
Yeah,
funny, but like
yeah.
to watch like a
Is that
whole
the one with
episode of
Soup
Friends
Nazi?
and their stupid petty ass problems. Like Seinfeld has more of a comical arc because in the end, nothing ever turns out well for them
No.
because they're just terrible people.
Yep.
They're not good people.
Yep.
Kind of like It's Always Sunny, only and It's
No,
Always Sunny
that's
they're
great.
far worse.
But they're psychos,
I
yeah.
think the difference is in Seinfeld, they're oblivious to the fact.
Yeah, they're oblivious to the fact that they're terrible people.
Yeah, like they really believe that they're like adults. And that
Even
they're-
though in
Yeah,
some of the
they're
episodes
real-
they're like,
they're
"You
really
guys
good
are
and that they're-
psychopaths,"
and they try to constitute themselves like their actions with like, well, like
Mhm.
so it's
That's
just,
what
it's
Dennis would
ridiculous.
do. Well,
Like none of them are good. Like
Yeah.
none of them.
And I mean,
And then
the
there's Charlie,
Sunny
"Whoa,
people,
whoa."
they might know that they're terrible.
Yeah, they're
people.
terrible, but they know they are.
They know they are. Yeah,
Except for maybe
Soup
Dennis.
Nazi.
yeah. I think Dennis knows he just doesn't care because he.
oh, that's
he
definitely
just,
what
yeah,
that
he
is.
just does not care
Well,
because he
he's-
doesn't care. He
Do you
doesn't care about
think?
anything.
Do you think Dee knows she's a terrible person?
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He definitely knows.
Frank doesn't. Maybe.
No,
Frank-
Frank.
Frank's just
Frank
oblivious
does
to
not
everything.
care
He doesn't
either
give a shit.
because he is just he's at that point in his life where he doesn't care.
Yeah,
I feel like he
Frank's-
gets dumber
his
every
Like
whole-
episode.
remember
his whole
his
thing is
whole
like,
his whole thing when he first came
New
on there was
experiences.
he was like a businessman with all this money and he's like, I've only got a few years left, I'm gonna get real weird with it.
Yeah, that's what he
That's
said,
exactly
yeah,
what he
that's
said,
I'm
and
gonna
that's
get
what he
real
did.
Weird with it.
So that's what his shtick is. He
Yeah.
knows exactly what he's doing.
Charlie.
Is just dumb.
Yeah.
Charlie's just dumb, but god damn it.
He's probably the
He's
only
the-
one that has even a sliver of a heart.
He's
Yeah,
my favorite
he's
character.
probably
Oh
about the
yeah.
only one that has any kind of morals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's also the best character.
What about
Agreed.
Mac?
Charlie is totally my
No,
favorite
Mac totally
character.
thinks he's a good guy.
Mac thinks
Mac
he's
thinks
good.
he's
Yes,
good.
he does.
Mac also thinks he's a badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mac is delusional.
Yeah. But
I'm
he's
waiting
my
for
second
I'm waiting for
favorite.
Mac to get
I love
buff
Mac.
again.
Have you seen where he like gains mass and all that?
Yeah,
That's where we're at
that's
right
the
now.
one I'm on
I
right now.
love the when they go to the high school reunion. And have you seen that episode?
Maybe.
They go to the high school reunion and they think they're up there dancing and they're doing a good job.
I don't think I've gotten to that one yet.
Oh man.
No.
Okay,
That's in
I
the
won't
season,
ruin
though,
it for you
'cause I
then.
think he loses all that weight in next season.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I know. The last episode I watched was he was
Because there's a
They
in the
were-
there's a
confession booth.
yeah there's a
He was in the
part
Oh,
confession
yeah.
there's a part in where he's like in therapy or whatever, and he's skinny again, and he's like, I gained this much weight and lost it in this much time, and she's like, that's pretty much impossible, and he's like, well, first of all, with God, all things are possible. She's like,
The shit Max says is fucking ridiculous.
like,
And he blames everybody for
But
everything
himself.
else.
yeah, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Well,
Everybody
they all do.
else's
They
fault.
all do. And
Oh, they all
it's
do,
nobody
yeah.
else's fault. It's everybody
That's the
else's
whole
fault.
point of that concession stand, or not.
They sell hot dogs in there. Popcorn.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
I meant confession stand.
Oh yeah, their concession stand that they were talking about doing.
No, I meant the confession
I
stand.
should
Yeah, the
probably
confession.
rewatch that show, man.
It's pretty great. I'm still powering through it, but
We were not allowed to watch it around.
we're not
the
allowed to watch it in
boys.
front of Jackson. So
Jackson. Yeah.
because he's 7, you know. So and it was getting pretty bad. Like I think Crystal drew the line whenever they went to the beach.
Oh yeah.
And they were under the boardwalk, and there was a bum banging another bum in the bum, and they were butt ass naked.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, that's enough." I was like, "Yeah,
I
that's
guess
where I
it
had to
is.
stop." I was like,
I guess
"Yeah,
it
it's
is.
getting a little extreme."
I guess you have a point.
I guess.
Yeah. So
Whatever.
she drew the line at homeless butt sex. So,
As one does.
yeah, you know, I get it. You know.
I was surprised she let it go on as long as she
I did too. I was surprised. Like there were some parts I had to look back at her, and she was like, "Really?
It's a show.
It's a show. It'll be all right."
You act like I
And
knew
in
it
your
was
head,
gonna
I'm gonna
happen.
keep going as long as you let
As
me.
long as you let me. And she drew the line at the homeless butt sex. So I was like,
That's
"Yeah, a
great.
little extreme."
Okay.
And
Also
it's funny because that's the worst thing I've seen since then. Like it hasn't really been so terrible since then.
No, it's kind of off and on. Like,
Like that one threw me. That one was just random as fuck. I was like, "Oh, I can't believe
Well,
they even aired this
okay.
on TV." Like,
I think once they got that Danny DeVito money, they got,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Oh god.
anyway,
Yeah. So anyway, keep going.
Oh no, that was it.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
Joseph.
well, obviously we went and watched the Mario Brothers movie, and we
Oh, yeah,
fucking
that
loved
too.
it. And I would highly recommend you check it out.
I didn't get that at all.
96% of the audience says so too.
I
Just
plan
saying.
to.
I didn't get that at all.
50% of the critics said so, but the other
Yeah.
50 can suck it. So
Yeah.
Also started watching that new show on Netflix called Beef. It's got Steven Yen in it.
I am interested. How is
Yeah,
it?
It's really good so far. I think we're like 3 or 4 episodes in.
episodes.
Represents.
And it's pretty wild. Like it almost reminds me of like a very, very tamed down Shameless kind of, maybe, sort of, in a
Okay.
way, I guess, with the writing. But it's not as gritty or anything crazy like that.
What I gathered from what I saw and what I got from the synopsis is that it's just a couple of people who like one day snap, like, and
Pretty much, yeah. So, like, what it is like Steven Yen's character is a struggling construction contractor.
yeah, I gathered
And
that. Yeah.
he's trying to essentially come up with the money to buy this property and build a home for his parents who want to move back from Korea. And so he's got this property in line that he wants to buy. It's like you could see like the ocean and stuff. And it honestly, I thought the property looked pretty awesome too. But anyway, so he's trying to do that, and he's also on the verge of almost like there's a point where he's like ready to kill himself. And he's like, he goes through, like, so I'll tell you what happens in the first episode. First episode, he goes in, he's trying to return these, like, charcoal grills. A bunch, he had, like, 6 of them or something that he was trying to return, and they wouldn't let him return it because he couldn't find his receipt. So he's very frustrated. And the reason why he had them is because he was trying to light them all in his room and kill himself to, like, essentially for the carbon monoxide poisoning. And, he's leaving the place, and he goes back out of his space, and
Yeah, I seen
the lady
that on the trailer.
yeah, he almost backs into her. She like lays on the horn, pulls forward, flips him off, and he goes on this like rampage and like chases her through town and gets her fucking plate number. And essentially, that's where the fucking beef begins. And like by the end of the first episode, he gets in there and like tells her like, "Hey, I want to check out your, this and that or whatever, some stuff going on in your house." And he realizes who she is because he thought it was a man, like her husband. Well, he goes in and pisses on her bathroom floor, all over her bathroom floor, and it's pretty funny. She's like, this is something, oh motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like she's got a gun, and she's like, it's fucking wild. Her character is really wild too. She's also trying, like, she's rich and got all this money, but she's trying to sell her business, and so she can be at home more. Like her husband is a stay-at-home dad, and she wants to be home more, so she's trying to sell off her business so she can stay home with her kid and her husband. And she's going through a lot of stress with trying to get it sold and blah, blah, blah. And it's just kind of like these two people who essentially are each other's outlet. So they do fucked up shit to each other to make themselves feel better.
Got it.
So he does that and he feels better. And then by the second episode, she does something bad to him and she feels better. And it's just, so this feud just keeps going. And I think eventually it'll come to a point where they'll probably be friends or something like that.
Yeah,
know? That's usually how
it's
it
got
goes.
that formula.
But like everything that happens between there, like he's got a brother who's a lazy ass and wants to just sit around and play video games, and he's got all this crypto and everything that he does, but like he's like, dude, you just gotta chill, and like his philosophy on life is very true. Like, dude, just chill and enjoy life. You know what I mean? And he's like, but like his brother's like a workaholic. He's like, but I gotta work. I gotta get mom and dad over here, and he's blah blah blah. You know. So it's a really good show, and I think it's definitely worth checking. If you haven't checked it out, it's a mostly Asian cast, which is pretty awesome. It's also written and directed by an Asian fella who I guess relates with Steven Yeun, because I guess they both grew up in a very Christian Korean home or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's really cool, and I love Steven Yeun, and the lady who's in the show, I can't remember her name. She's a stand-up comedian, and she's fucking hilarious, dude. She's a good stand-up comedian,
I know
and
who
she
you're
does
talking
great.
about.
She does great in the show. She's really, really like her and Steven Yeun are like the two best things in the show, obviously, because they're great to watch. So I would recommend it. I think it's great so far, and I'll continue watching it. So I think it's fun. That, I like the opening sequence whenever it says beef, and it's just a bunch of beef.
That's great.
That's it, though.
Okay.
Karen, what you been watching?
Yeah.
I
Karen.
watched Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, wow.
Because we finished
You got bored, didn't you?
No, we finished
They went dark.
what was it? The other Leslie Nielsen stuff, so we figured we should probably watch another Leslie
Yeah, that's
Nielsen
true.
movie.
All the Naked Gun movies.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
Naked Gun movies. We watched Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh my god.
I love that movie.
Yeah. We finished the IT Crowd. I watched Extraction.
Did you
Loved
like
it.
that?
I loved it.
It was good.
Very good. Murder Mystery 2.
Shut up.
Very good. I mean, it was as good as the first. It's funny.
I heard. I've been hearing that it's like one of the worst release. Like
Really? I thought it was funny. I did.
It might be, but they're like, I've been watching. These are like top
Okay,
20.
well, okay, it wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still funny. And
I haven't seen it either. I have nothing to say.
it had moments that were just as funny to me as the first one were. But maybe the overall movie wasn't as good.
I haven't seen either of them, so I have no room to talk on.
Yeah.
either of them,
I
so.
would recommend watching both of them.
Yeah,
They're both
the
worth a
first
watch.
one, I thought the first
Maybe
one
I don't
was
know,
pretty
man. Adam Sandler's comedy anymore is kind of like just.
Yeah, but Jennifer Aniston's in it, and then like
I know
I don't know,
Mark
some of the-
Strong is in the second.
yeah,
one,
and some
so
of I think they're both worth a watch. They're good.
I'll probably
I-
sit down one day and get bored and watch them.
Yeah, I mean I liked them. I watched This Is 40 because I'd never seen it before, and
Eh,
I wanted
it's
to see.
okay.
It's a meh.
It was not at all what I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be, and
it's okay,
I agree.
yeah.
Meh.
It was kind of like, it was from the same people that did Knocked Up, because it's a
Yeah.
knocked up
Yeah.
spinoff.
Yeah.
And you're definitely getting that very same kind of comedy where
I
it's
like Knocked Up better.
right, I agree. And This Is 40 was kind of cool, but it was like a coming of age, like getting into your 40s. And I mean, Paul Rudd was great in it, and so was
Yeah.
the lady. But
Yeah.
it was one of those movies I was like, it's probably something I'll never watch again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I watched Ghost World. Everybody kept telling me I needed to watch that. I didn't care for it.
What is it?
Ghost World. Thor Birch, Scarlett Johansson, Steve Buscemi.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Heard of this?
Yeah, I had a bunch of people kept telling me to watch it. Basically, Thora Birch's character is a terrible person who ruins two people's lives and then just disappears.
Kind of sounds like her Hollywood career.
Yeah. I mean, just I
We're talking about the girl from like Thora Birch is the girl from
American Pie or not American Pie.
She was
Yeah, she was
American
Hocus
Beauty.
Pocus and
Hocus
American
Pocus,
Beauty.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
yeah. Same.
Who'd
Yeah,
she
I
as
did-
Mary? Who'd she play as?
Thora Birch. She was the little girl in Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
Danny.
She was
yeah.
Danny. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't care for it. I mean, yeah, I didn't care for it. I watched or I started the Murdaugh Murders. Murdaugh, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Murdaugh. It's a Netflix.
Oh, the Murdaugh murder. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
About that family or whatever.
Yeah. Murdoch. That's
Yeah,
how they
it's
say
Murdoch. Yeah, about the rich guy.
it.
and he's, like,
Yeah.
paying off.
Yeah.
I think we started first episode. And I was like, I just wasn't getting into it.
I'm kind of interested because I remember the news story when it happened and the kind of scandal that was happening
Right.
during the whole thing. So I'm kind of interested to see how they.
I wanted to. Did they ever figure out with Madeline McCann if that was the girl or
I don't remember. That's
they
part
never?
of the
I never
reason-
heard anything more about
That's
that.
part of the reason I want to watch it because I remember the whole scandal and stuff, but I don't remember how it resolved.
Did you finish the staircase?
No, I'm all over
You're
the
moving
place.
on
I know.
without finishing.
I'm all over the place, but I know how the staircase resolves. You know what
That's
I mean?
true,
So it's
yeah.
kind of like I don't know. I need to finish it though. You're right. We watched the Winged Serpent, which was the Joe Bob movie this week. That was a ride, and then Community because Jack has never seen it and he wanted to watch a show with me. So that's
I've
what we
only seen
landed
like
on.
one episode of that show.
Really?
Yeah, everyone's like, you need to watch me. And I'm like, yeah,
It's good.
Oh, it is
I
good.
bet. But
It is
I'm
good.
I'm still like, I've got several shows I'm trying to work my way through.
The gnome. The
No,
gnome.
the
episode.
cat.
Well, that's the home. I'm talking about when the gnome episode where Troy gets haunted by the little gnome.
I just is someone throwing?
Oh, my sister also made me watch a Barbie movie.
I'm so sorry.
The one that we watched all the time whenever we were kids. I didn't feel the same.
Was it
so.
just as amazing as it was when
No.
we were kids?
No.
It was boring,
never
and I was
does.
ready for it to be over.
That's like me. I love the Ninja Turtles. I go back and watch their shit, but it's not the same as it was when I was a kid.
That's like the
you know?
movie Toys with Robin Williams. It was very
Oh,
nostalgic
that's still
for
just
me
as
when I
good.
was
And
little,
so the
but
turtles. Shut up.
It just did not.
I like the turtles the
I'm talking about
same.
Howard the
cartoon.
Duck.
I like
all that
the
stuff's still
cartoons
just
I'm
as
talking about
Hey,
the
put
cartoon,
that in the
not
box.
movies.
I like
Howard
the
the
cartoons
Duck.
Howard the Duck.
the same as I did. When I was...
And Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, might as well.
That's a deep cut, man.
Well, you can at least put Howard
My
the Duck
tummy hurts. What did you eat? Everything. Sorry.
They're weird though.
So
Oh, it's such a good movie, though.
you done?
Yep, I'm done.
All right. So I watched Home Team. You ever seen that? It's got. Fuck Christ. Drawing a blank of his
It's got
name.
some people in it.
Huh?
It's got some people.
It's got some people in it. Crap, I can't think of his name.
Who else is in it? Just that guy.
What's the main
That one guy with that
Paul Blart.
with the hair.
He plays Paul Blart.
Oh,
Oh, Kevin.
Kevin, yeah. Shit.
I'm drawing a blank now too.
Yeah, see, I'm. Yeah, I always watch these
Kevin
movies-
something.
No.
He isn't the King of Queens.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Oh, you're talking about that football show.
yeah.
The
hoop-
movie or
football
whatever it was
movie.
on Netflix.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched that. That was pretty good. I think it's the second time I've watched it though.
Is it Kevin James?
Yes, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yes.
He got
There you
two
go.
first names.
Look at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It was-
pretty good.
it was
I thought it
there.
was pretty good. It's pretty had some good funny moments and
Some penis jokes.
I don't remember any penis jokes.
No penis jokes.
No.
Penis jokes are funny.
Yeah.
And fart jokes. Fart jokes are always fun.
Then I watched Fantastic Beasts: Dumbledore Secrets, the newer one.
What was the secret?
That
Underwear.
Johnny Depp wasn't in it.
He had a red
Oh
room.
man.
Did he have a red room?
Yeah, Johnny Depp wasn't in it.
Was it 50 Shades of Dumbledore?
I mean,
That'd be a good fucking movie, dude. 50 Shades of Dumbledore. You want to see my wand?
Stop.
it does tricks.
That's tricks.
But yeah, I mean, it was
I need to sign this contract.
it was a good.
Do you
movie.
want a Leviosa?
For those of you playing the home game, how many dick jokes is that in 34 minutes?
You got to drink every time we say a dick joke.
Good luck. You're dead.
You
But
might
I
have
thought it was a good
alcohol
movie.
poisoning.
I mean, if you watch the Fantastic Beasts movies, it's good. You
Yeah.
get Harry Potter stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm burnt out right now.
I went and saw the Dumbledore movie
So
whenever it
burnt
was
out.
in theaters. With
I've seen the
yeah.
first Fantastic Beasts movie, but the second one came out. I was like, I'm not really interested.
Yeah, I was.
Like
I
the
was,
first one didn't really captivate me, so I was like,
I was upset that Johnny Depp wasn't in the third one because of the Amber Heard trials. But
Turd.
yeah, turd girl.
yeah, I
Amber
watched
Heard.
Terminator Genesis.
I'm sorry, that's like the
Why?
worst
Yeah, that's the worst
Why would
one.
you watch that one? That was probably the worst one.
Did you
It was
hate
just
yourself?
I was just
Over the weekend
bored.
or
I guess
something?
it was the only one that like piqued my interest at the time. We watched Pixels. When Carson wanted to rent that.
the
and watch
one
it.
with Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that
Adam
whenever it
Sandler,
first
Kevin
came out.
James again.
Kevin
I only
James.
remember Pac-Man
watched-
He
Eden
was on
City.
some
I
kind
haven't
of
seen
kick
that
this
movie.
week.
was.
Yeah,
Kevin James.
I watched.
Did you watch King of Queens too?
No. Then I watched Shazam, the first Shazam.
I like that movie.
That new one's out.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
digital.
going to rent it, but it was like $20 just to rent. I was like, nah,
Fuck
we're
that,
not
dude.
spending
You
$20.
come to me, I'll hook you up.
He'll rent it for you.
yeah.
I'll rent it
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
So
Sure.
I've got a lifetime pass.
The Last Stand with Johnny Knoxville and Arnold
Arnold too.
Walking Tall.
Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
No, The Last Stand.
Oh yeah. Wait, Johnny Knoxville was in that?
Yeah,
Was he?
yeah. Johnny Knoxville and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm drawing a complete blank on this.
Was he in that?
Yeah, where
I
the
don't
guy
remember him
comes.
in that.
Yeah, the guy drives from.
Yeah, I know
Las
what you're
Vegas.
talking about. Yeah, he
Yeah,
escapes prison.
Johnny's the one that had the shed, or not the shed, but the damn it, barn full of.
Oh yeah,
barn
he had all
full
the
of
weapons and
guns
shit.
and
Yeah, he
shit,
was
yeah.
a little. He was a nutcase.
Yeah,
dude, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, I
And
don't know
he
this
got
movie
deputized.
At all.
You've never seen it?
I don't.
It's a
I
good
don't.
little.
Oh,
it's
it's
a
a
good
good
action.
little-
Bringing
Yeah.
nothing for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
there's
it's one of those
names
movies
in
that
this.
Yeah.
it's actually a good movie.
How do I not know this movie? Peter Stormare. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty
That's a
good.
good. Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna add it to my list.
flick. Adding this shit.
that's funny. It's got some good funny
It's got
points.
some good parts in it.
Well, I added it. No worries. It's
The
on there
Northman. Watch The Northman.
Have you ever seen it before?
No,
The movie's a baller, dude.
the
I
first.
love that movie.
The Northman.
You didn't like it?
No, okay. I liked it after like the first half hour. The first half hour. If you get past the first half hour, it's like okay, it's starting to pick up. But that first half hour is kind of just psychedelic bullshit. And
I loved it.
I'm
I thought
not
it was
into
great.
There's
Everybody's walking
like
in
this-
thinking it was just going to be some fucking crazy bullshit with this like.
This is like the second
yeah,
movie
you know.
I've watched with Alexander Skarsgård in it, and I'm just like, is all he in is just psychedelic movies? Like
No,
that's what was killing me. I was
there
like, Jesus.
There was a cop movie that he was in with oh, what's his name? He was in Crash.
He was in True Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, never seen that.
Good
Um,
show.
It was a really good cop movie. They were both dirty cops, but they kind of both fell into this like drugs thing that was going on, and this little girl was wrapped up in it, and they took this little girl and protected her, and in doing so they endangered themselves and stuff, and so they ended up all having to go to like Switzerland to hide out after it was all said and done. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a really good movie. It was like a buddy cop movie, but it was like, you know, action and all that stuff. It was really good.
But yeah, it's just like I said. This is the second movie I've seen him in. It's like I've seen both.
I love
psychedelic
Alexander
stuff.
Skarsgård. That's why I was so disappointed with Infinity Pool. I was like,
Yeah.
man.
I know.
Like I love Alexander Skarsgård. I watch him in all kinds of shit.
But yeah, it was the first time me and Kendra watched it together, and she was kind of thrown off by the psychedelic stuff, just like I was at the first half hour of the
Right.
movie. And I was like, man, I don't know if I can make it through. And then it started picking up. I was like, all right, it's going to start getting a little bit better.
Michael Pena.
And then
I don't know what you're talking
we
about.
watched Dungeons and Dragons.
The new one?
Yeah.
You guys go to the theater?
Yeah, we went to the theater and
Yeah,
watched it. I thought it was pretty good.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I want to see it. It's one of the ones that I wanted to go to the theater to see, but just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. We took Carson there for his birthday. So
I heard it's really good. I heard it's got a lot of good action and
it does.
it's funny and
Yeah.
shit like that. So I want to check it out.
War on Everyone. That's what it was
Oh
called.
yeah, I know what you're talking. I've heard of that. I've
It's
seen
really-
trailers for it.
It's a really good movie.
But I've seen. But I used to play D&D, so
Yeah.
I'm that guy that'd be in there like, yeah, that's what our friends would do.
You can't.
You know,
You
like,
can't use that spell.
yeah. Like, hold on now. He's
You
not
didn't roll that
powerful an
dice.
age.
But yeah, I mean, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. It was definitely worth going to the movie theater and spending money for it. That's all.
So
I
is the
watched.
Mario movie.
Yeah, I've been
Sorry.
I wanted to watch it. We were going to do that, but we ended up going to Dungeons and Dragons instead.
Right. We took Jackson to see Mario, and he doesn't normally sit still for an entire movie.
Yeah.
Dude, he was glued to the screen. Like he's just got popcorn. Like, you know what I mean? Like he was a zombie, dude. I was like, all right. Crystal kept nudging me, like, look at him. I was like, God, yeah, he's into it. Like,
Yeah.
Now let me get into it,
test would
woman.
be to take Theo.
Oh man.
If it kept Theo sitting down.
Yeah. No, Penny. Well, no,
No, Penny.
Penny could sit there and watch anything.
Yeah,
and just
Penny's
be
kind of
dazed.
Penny will kind of stay glued to something, but Theo, if you get Theo to sit and watch
Yeah.
something like that, that'd be a
if I can
test.
keep his attention on one thing, that'd be amazing.
Does he have ADHD?
We're going to get him tested. We're in the middle of the process of that right now.
My brothers definitely have ADHD. They've never been tested for it, but they have it.
Oh no, I'll bring Theodore here one day and you guys will see. That boy's like a windstorm.
I love
Oh,
him
jeez.
now. I do.
When he talks to you, it's like he'll be talking, then switch subject. Just,
Squirrel.
yeah.
Is he the one of your sons that you said can hold you? Is so young, but can hold you in a conversation.
That's Carson.
That's
It's
Carson.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Carson's my 13-year-old, and then Theodore, he's my 6-year-old.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but yeah, that's all I watched. So, let's shit.
Talk about the
Let's talk about the movie.
This week's movie, we watched Sin City. Lost my place in there. So
I lose my place all the time.
Eric's blind and he forgot his glasses. This
Yeah,
week.
I
I'll
did.
help.
It's not. So it was released April 1st, 2005, directed by Frank Miller and Robert Rodriguez. Screenplay by the same people. Story by Frank Miller. So, in this quartet of neo-noir tales, a mysterious salesman, Josh Hartnett, narrates a tragic story of codependency while a muscle-bound vigilante, Mickey York, tears his way through the criminal underworld in search of his lost love, Jamie King. Another part of the city, grizzled cop Bruce Willis foils the ambitions of a child killer, Nick Stahl, and an ex-prostitute, Brittany Murphy. He evades her ex-pimp, Benicio del Toro, with the help of her new boyfriend, Dwight, Clive Owen.
So you have to put some on that window.
I need to do all
Starring.
of those.
Starring Mickey Rourke, Bruce Willis, Jessica Alba, Rosario Dawson, Clive Owen, Alexis Bledel, Benicio del Toro, Elijah Wood, Jamie King, Josh Hartnett, Carla Quigino. I can't pronounce her last name.
Who is it?
Lucille,
Oh,
Carla-
Lucille, yeah.
Yeah.
Roll.
Nick Stahl,
Oh.
Powers
Roll
Booth,
officer.
Brittany Murphy, Devon Aoki, Michael Madison, Nick Offerman.
You just had to get to Nip.
I had to get to Nick
Yeah,
Offerman.
you
You
get to
got to
Nick
add Nick Offerman, even if he has a small part in this movie. Dude's a fucking
I just can't
Great
believe that
actor.
was Nick Offerman.
yeah. So let's talk about the movie. Would you watch again? Okay, would you watch again? Sorry, I always miss that part.
We
Always.
We all
do.
do.
Every fucking time.
It's even. I mean,
Shut up!
I'm just trying to help. You can't
I
read.
can't see it.
I'm trying to help, and he's yelling at me.
Yeah. Boys are
Correct me every
jerks.
time. Get your face.
I'll stop helping.
All right, Madison. Would you watch again?
Not on my own, I wouldn't.
No.
No. I don't like black and white movies. They make me fall asleep.
That was so much more than
Fair
black
enough.
and white, though.
Fair enough.
Can't do it.
Joseph?
I would watch it. I've seen this movie a bunch of times. So I'd probably watch it again. Not for a long time. Watching it this time reminded me. Well, it didn't remind me, but it hasn't aged very well, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
it'd have to be a while before I'd watch it again. It's
Okay.
better than the second one, though.
I don't think
There's
I
a
ever watched
second
the
one?
I
second
didn't
one.
watch the second one.
Yeah, there's a second one.
Yeah,
It's
Karen,
Is it in
Dame-
black
it's called
and
The
white,
Dame-
too?
it's
Yeah, I
called
watched
The
it
Dame
again.
Guilford.
I haven't seen this in a really, really long time, and so watching it this time was almost like watching it for not the first time, but like it's been a really long time. So there was a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that I didn't.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too.
Yeah, so it's kind of one of those things where it's like it was time to watch it again, I guess. So yeah, and I mean I'd recommend it to other people too. So
yeah, I forgot to ask. Would you recommend?
Yeah, I'd totally recommend it. Yeah,
Madison, would you recommend it?
Everybody I know knows about the movie.
yeah. If somebody said I'd never seen Sin City, like, oh, you should totally check it out for sure.
Okay.
It's the American thing to do.
all
Well,
of a sudden she's so.
It's definitely a movie that you,
you,
can't get
you
away
at
with
least got to
making
watch
now.
it once, at
Yeah.
least. For me, would I watch again? Not unless I had to.
Not unless I had to.
Sorry, I mean I wouldn't watch again unless
2
I
weeks
was
in a row. You suck.
Shush. You made me watch movies I don't like.
Have you seen it before?
What's the whole point?
Have I seen? Yeah, I've seen it before.
Oh.
I seen it when it first came out,
Oh.
and that was like the only other time I've seen it.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those movies that you can't get away with making today.
No.
No.
Like
Mm.
it's just too. For one, it touches on a lot of bases that people get too offended by now, like
Oh yeah.
the swastikas everywhere that are just essentially put in there as like style,
Yeah.
and then like the nudity for the nonsensical nudity.
yeah.
Like they don't do that. They wouldn't do that now. Just the way that
Society.
there's a lot of things in here that I'm just like there's no way they'd get away with it now. Like,
Nonsensical nudity.
well, like the parole officer just being naked for no
Yeah.
reason. You know,
Yeah, I guess that was
like it's just
yeah.
kind of nonsensical.
I don't know. I mean, she's in her own house. Like
I understand
I mean,
that,
if you're
but like,
walking
it's
around,
nonsensical from a movie standpoint. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
guess
serves no purpose other than to see her
Yeah,
tits.
Butt
you know
ass
what
I get
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I wasn't complaining.
No.
but, you know,
yeah. No,
like-
I get it. I get it. Because all I could think of off the top of my head, I was like, well, the hookers and like what?
Well, the funny part about that is that she's a woman that like I remember her back in like
Son-in-law.
son-in-law. You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly
Like,
where
and
I
shit like that. I'm like, so, and then she does like it's funny because I said this to my brother earlier. I was like, Robert Rodriguez has to have a silver tongue because he got her naked. He got the what's her name, Jamie King,
Jamie
her
King.
naked. He even got fucking what's her face God damn it, fucking Desperado. Selma Hayek got her topless.
Yeah,
Like this dude has a silver tongue to be able to get these girls.
couldn't get
undressed,
Jessica
like-
Alba to do it though.
No, I don't think anybody could get Jessica Alba to get naked because
Oh no, Jamie King was my heartthrob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie King is very, very. She's
Yeah.
very pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. She was in that show on Netflix called Black Summer, and I got through the first season of that, but I couldn't do the second season. I was just like, I can't.
First thing I seen
that
her
was the
in-
prequel to or was it a prequel? Was that the prequel to Z Nation? What or no? That was Black
No, it's not a
Rainbow.
prequel. It is a zombie show, but
There was a prequel to Z Nation that it was like you totally defeated the whole purpose of Z Nation by making this. So
I
I
don't
was
know.
not interested at all.
First time I ever seen her in anything was Bulletproof Monk.
I hadn't seen that in so
Haven't seen
long.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've only seen it like once.
I've never seen it.
It's
But yeah, there's a dude.
It's a
The
good
cast
action
in this
movie.
is insane. Like,
Yeah.
like I remember like some of these actors in here. I'm just like, God damn. Like whenever I saw it this movie the first time, I'm like, I was like, yeah, he's a good actor, But now they're like big name like Benicio del Toro, dude. Like
Well, like
yeah.
Chloe Owen, where the hell did what the hell happened to him?
who?
Clive
Clive
Owen.
Owen.
Right.
I
yeah,
really
he-
loved him. Like
Yeah,
he
he
was
used to be-
everywhere.
It's back whenever this movie came out, he was almost everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, he did this, shoot him up. He was in all kinds of shit.
yeah.
Children of Men.
Children of Men.
Uh,
Like
he was
I
in all kinds of
loved
shit.
him back
And then
then. And like
Now
all of a
you're
sudden
lucky
he
if you
just-
see him in like low budget stuff.
Yeah, I never see him anymore. Like
Yeah.
I really liked Clive Owen back in the day.
Clive Owen, and then it's funny because like Brittany Murphy's in this. She's dead now, And I was like, man, she's like,
She
she's
was
not
so
the best
beautiful.
actress, but she's so pretty.
She's so beautiful, and
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. Like her acting in this, in some things she does all right,
Well,
but
I
in
think
this
that the way
it's
that
like
they act in this movie is supposed to be
a little overacted.
a little overacted because he's trying to get that whole like detective noir,
Yeah,
like
the 40s detective.
40s like detective movies, and
Yeah.
you know, shit like that. Like that's what he's trying to capture, the way they talk and the way they act. And I get that, but
I
it's
almost
kind of
wonder.
over the top. A
For
little
me,
bit.
that's one of the reasons why I
I don't
couldn't
blame
get
you.
into the movie.
It's a very niche
Yeah,
way. To,
it's
like,
a great
do
way
this
for like
movie.
actors to show their talent. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for me, like I just cannot.
But they
get
didn't
into the
have to
40s
actually act that way. Like
Yeah.
anybody can do that. Just make it look like you're reading off a cue card and overemphasize and overact. That's
Yeah.
all that is. Because that's what they did in those old 1940s
So do it.
movies. Huh?
Do it.
Don't shut up.
I didn't mind it.
I mean I don't mind it, but at the same time I get why people could be annoyed with it or
Yeah.
or
That's
not
what, like I
it.
said, that's why I wouldn't be into watching it again. I'll
Right.
tell people,
Like
yeah,
I
you
said,
should
it's a very
watch
niche,
this.
It's a very niche thing.
I'll tell people, yeah, if you haven't watched it, watch it. But I'm not the type of person that
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's great, and for me, it wasn't.
Some of the stories, like some of the stuff in this movie is really awesome. I think that obviously the two best stories are the Marv story and the Hardigan story.
Mhm.
Obviously, people we went
And I
straight
bel-
into
I-
let's talk about the movie. So
Yeah. I remember the Marv story more than I remembered anything else for some reason. Like I remembered
Because
that
of
one.
Marv. It's because of Marv.
I remember that whole movie from beginning to end. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I just watched it last night.
Well, it's funny because I didn't remember. I remembered very little of the
What?
Hardigan story, even though I remembered like the Yellow Bastard, and I remembered like Bruce Willis, and I remembered bare bones of that story,
Right.
but I didn't remember much else. But I remembered almost every single thing about the Marv story.
I remembered everything about this movie.
Well-
I've seen this movie quite a few times, but I remember everything about the movie. I just, as it was playing out, it was all coming back to me. So like all the little details and stuff that like,
I barely remembered the Clive Owen.
that's
one.
one
I
that
barely
I
remembered
didn't
that one.
remember too much was the Clive Owen story.
I remember that one,
remembered
but that was the one that was like, as I was watching it, it was all just like flooding
back,
in.
yeah.
I barely remembered that one. I remembered the Josh Hartnett. Like I knew when he walked out there, I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill her.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, stuff like that. But like, yeah.
It's funny because that wasn't even in the comic. That was actually something that Robert Rodriguez
And
just put
you know,
together
I never read
to
the
try to sell it to try to get Frank Miller or whatever. Not Frank Miller. What the fuck is his name? It's Frank Miller.
Frank Miller was the
The creator.
comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get him on board with letting him direct these movies.
Yeah,
He
that was
shot
his
that.
test. Yeah.
He shot that.
He wanted to show him that
We
he
can
could make
do
a
it.
comic live on screen,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
essentially bringing a comic book to life.
Yeah.
But I never read the comics. But like watching it this time, I kind of want to
I
because
think I have all the comics.
do you?
upstairs. Yeah.
Does it give background on these characters? Because
I'm sure
like
it
that's
goes
what
more
I'm
into depth.
interested
Like the
in
Jeffrey
now.
Dahmer guy?
I think I have a Dame to Kill for. I don't have, which is I think Marv's story.
Yeah, because like he keeps saying I have the condition and you know like all this stuff, and it's like, well, what condition?
That's the
And,
point.
like,
They're not supposed to give a lot of
Yeah.
background. I'm
I
not sure
know,
that
I
they
guess-
really went in depth with the comic books.
I guess
I'm
like
not sure. Don't quote me on this, people. I don't know a lot
You
about.
got people in the comments coming in.
Yeah.
Hold on now, Miss.
Wait
mother-
a second.
yeah, no, I just wonder like I don't know. It's weird because I never thought about it before, and I've watched this probably 2 or 3 times. But like this time, I was watching it, and I'm like, I'm really interested in like, you know, okay, so Clive Owen's character is a murderer with a new face. So who did he murder? And like, I just like want to know,
And
like,
that might be in there. Actually,
Yeah.
I
you
think
know,
honestly, I think A Dame to Kill For. It is A Dame to Kill For is Clive Owen's character, but Josh Brolin. Like Josh Brolin plays that character, and I'm not sure if it's the face that he had before Clive Owen or after or something like that. It might be before.
hmm.
Because it also has Marv in it. But the weird thing about A Dame to Kill For is I don't know if it's a sequel or a prequel because it has Marv in it, but it's also got Jessica Alba in it, and she goes on a path to revenge Hartigan's death. Goes on to kill the senator. She wants to kill the senator, and Marv helps her do that, which I didn't understand because I'm like, hold on, now Marv died.
Yeah,
How is this after
Yeah.
if Marv's alive? So I don't remember all of because I remember watching. I've only seen it once, and I think I was confused by that in some way.
Well,
But-
yeah, because the timeline
And then Josh
doesn't line
Brolin
up.
is in there as Dwight. He plays Dwight, and I'm not sure exactly what iteration of Dwight he's playing. If he's like an earlier or later version.
Mm.
So it's all very confusing. But like I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever watch that one. I might watch it again just because I was confused by it.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It got me thinking about the comics and like what am I missing, like character wise, for that? Because like some of these characters, just by the story itself, got me interested in like prior events, I guess. And usually I don't care necessarily. Like the less I know, the better. But I think that the less I know, the better is more geared towards like horror stuff.
Right.
Because I want to be scared, but in this, it's,
they're leaving a lot of things open ended.
yeah, and you know, like I guess it's like true crime, right? And like in true crime, you want to know all the facts,
Right.
And like in this, it's like okay, but
You
I
get
need,
little bits and pieces.
yeah, like
of it.
I need to know where Dwight came from.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened, and you know, Marv, what's his condition?
but
Like what's?
but that's what you're gonna get whenever you're running 4 stories in a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, no, and I get that. I just
So-
wonder if like the comics answer some of that, and
I'm sure they go into more
They
depth
might, I
here
don't
and there.
know.
yeah, I might have to get into that a little bit.
Because like I think that this movie itself, it kind of shoots itself in the foot a lot because of that reason. Because it's you got half baked characters in here that you're like, hold on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because you can take it 2 ways. Like, because this is the first time that thought's occurred to me, and I've seen it a few times.
I think this is a story that could have been best told in a series, like
Sure,
a 10-episode series or something.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
sure. But this is the first time that that's occurred to me, which, you know, tells me that, you know, you could take it 2 ways, right? You could take it as, you know, intriguing, but let's move on to the next story. And, you know, you're not supposed to get too far into their backstories. You're not supposed to care that much, I guess. Which I guess is probably the way I took it the first few times. But this time I was more like intrigued because I guess, I don't know why I was intrigued this time. This time I was more like, okay,
It's funny because
I
the
need to
older we
understand.
get, I think the more we pay attention to movies.
Maybe that's it. Maybe
Because
that's
like I remember watching this movie back in the day, thinking like, yeah, it's a fun movie. It's just dumb and there's boobies in it and it's got a lot of violence and
yeah.
you know. But now I'm watching it, and I'm thinking like I'm actually analyzing this movie and like it just there's a lot of reasons.
The
you know?
best thing about it is the visuals, for sure, and the
Yeah, I like the comic book.
Yeah.
Like because you can tell it was all shot in front of green screen.
Sure.
It had to be.
sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because there are certain areas of this movie where it's like it looks almost drawn like a black and white drawing of, you know,
Oh yeah.
like especially that part where they were
Anytime they're driving. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
anytime they're driving, but like especially that part where they're like in the Marv and the lady, what's her name?
Goldie
Huh?
or Goldie or her sister.
no, neither of them.
The therapist.
She's not a therapist. She's a
The parole
No,
officer.
parole
officer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in
Lucille.
that. Yeah, they're in that. Kevin's got them locked up or whatever, and it shows that shot of those two on the floor, and you can see the floor and the tile on the floor.
Yeah.
It looks very just. It doesn't look like.
Looks 2D.
Yeah, it looks very 2D.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, and I think that's what they were trying to go for.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
A lot of it,
Absolutely.
like that part where Dwight shoves, Jackie Boy's face into the
Piss.
toilet, and it
Yeah.
shows that image of just his face.
Yeah.
And it starts to darken in certain areas. That part is actually in the comic book.
hmm
And
The shit.
with
water.
the comic book, yeah, with the comic book, there's no shading. It's all just black and white.
Yeah.
So like they were trying to really capture that, and the way they did it looked really good in
Oh,
the
yeah,
movie.
hmm
You know, like it was in the comic book. And I
Mhm.
think that's what they were trying to say with Robert Rodriguez and him saying, I could turn this comic book.
Yeah, he wanted to make it a living comic book, essentially.
I can make this a
and he
living
did.
comic book.
He did.
So, and yes, I think he did a great job. I think a lot of it is fun, and like that part where he busts in, and like that part where Hardigan busts in and shoots those two guys with his gun. They go flying. It's like that shit doesn't happen.
Right.
It's great. You love
Right.
it.
But that's part of it, though, is like it's taking that living comic book and really running with it, right? Because in comic books, those over the top things happen all the time, and you just run with it because it's a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the difference. That's what we're seeing is the difference between media, right? We talk about that all the time. Is that you take a book and you turn it into a movie, and there's always going to be fans that hate. You took my favorite book and you ruined it because you turned it into a movie or whatever. What they literally did with this was they literally took the comics and just transferred it to this media. And in doing so, they tried their very best to not change a thing. And I think that in some ways that rubs people wrong, because it's over the top or it's, whatever.
Not done to their specifications.
Yeah. To me, I think it worked really well, but I think the problem is number one, visually it's stunning, right? Like visually you're just drawn in and you love it. But the problem is they're like in the second one, right? And I haven't seen the second one, I don't think. And if I did, obviously it didn't make an impression.
It is a forgettable movie.
Yeah. So, obviously the visual can only take you so far if the story sucks, right?
But that's the problem with this though, is like it's got 4 stories to keep you invested.
Yeah.
And
keep just going. As soon as you get into the one story, they're on to the next one.
And it's on to the next one. Yeah. So that's kind of what I hate about it, but also what I love about it because, like I said, A Dame to Kill For is just one solid story.
It's a hard thing to critique because I like it, but I hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Would you like it if it was just one solid story throughout, or would you hate it more?
Well, and the thing is that you can't really say that you would hate it or you'd love it because if they made it that way, you'd never know the difference.
Exactly.
But if I really liked all of the stories, I just wish I knew more about each one of them, right? So, I mean, I'm like you. I wish that I could have seen maybe a series giving a little more background,
I think
a little more information.
Series would have been cool for something like this, and not just like, we're going to do one story for every 2 episodes or something. Just sprinkle a little bit of each story.
Yeah, you could do that for 4 story in each episode. Just give us
a little bit of each.
I mean, you can do that.
Get through it. Yeah.
You can do that flavor like they did in the movie to keep you,
Well, if you think about it, they do that with TV shows already. Look at like Shameless.
Yeah,
you've got
all these characters and all these
cast of characters, and they've all got their own problems going on for this entire season. Yep. Yes, they cross paths and things like that, and you could do that with the Sin City show.
Yeah,
they could cross paths here and there.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean. Yeah. But it don't mean that they have to be like one solid story between these 8 or 9 characters.
Yeah. I got 2 things I got to bring up though. So when he got his head shoved in the toilet and then he came back up, he didn't even try to like take a shower, wash his hair, nothing.
No, he's just ready to get the fuck out of
it. He just walked right out and went straight to Old Town expecting to get laid.
I have a gripe about that story. Okay, so Jackie Boy's supposed to be like this hero cop, right? And you're telling me that the girls of O-Town don't fucking know who he is? But Dwight does? Oh, Iron Jack is what they call him, what the tabloids call him.
I thought the same thing too, because like, how would they know? Like when they see his picture in the papers or something,
like, because
if he's a fucking hero cop.
Yeah, the girls of O-Town and the cops have a truce that they're supposed to be, not fucking with each other. And the
maybe not every single one of them would know him, but somebody, especially Rosario Dawson's
exactly.
character.
What's her name? Gail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Gail? Like she would have known who
and
he was.
Damn. Rosario Dawson in this movie? Sorry.
Another thing, if that was the case, if he was such a hero cop, when the one cop
got
getting Karen all hot and bothered.
Oh man. Sorry.
Anyways, going on to that subject about him being a hero cop, when the other cop goes over to chase him and follow him, when he's running the plates while he's chasing him, don't you think that would popped up and said, "Hey, this is so and so," and he'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Or even better yet, why the hell would he try to lose the cops? Like,
yeah, exactly.
He is a hero cop. He'd probably just pull over and like, and like, oh, it's just you, Jack. All right, well, have a good night, man.
Mhm.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean, and walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Benicio del Toro, though, his character, is the makeup they did on him.
Yeah,
It's so subtle.
yeah.
Like
You can
all
barely-
they did,
like the nose.
all they
and-
did was just his nose. Like
Yeah.
that's all they did was his nose, but you can barely
and the way
tell
he
it's him.
talks, and
Yeah.
dude, I honestly think that Benicio del Toro was the best actor in this movie.
For sure.
Like he did such a good job.
For sure. But you can barely tell it's him, and
Yeah.
it's just such a subtle
It's
makeup.
funny because I forgot he was in this movie until I saw him at the girl's door. I was like, holy shit, I forgot he was in this.
Yeah. And it's just crazy to me that it's such a subtle job, but you can barely tell it's him.
Yeah.
Like
the long
all-
hair and shit, all that stuff throws you off too.
Well, I don't even think it's just the long hair. Like I've seen him with long hair before. It's
And
literally
what?
just taking his nose, like where he's got that dip, and just making it straight.
Yeah, it was
and
like-
that's all they did.
Like, yeah, they took that.
Yeah, that's all they did. Where he has that dip, and they just made it straight, and that changed his face so much.
I have another question. So, all right, so Mickey Rourke's character, why did they even need to put any makeup on him? Just saying.
Who was he playing as?
He was
Marv.
Why did they
Madison,
have to dress
have
up
you ever
his face?
seen what Mickey Rourke
Mickey
looked
Rourke
like?
is an ugly son of a bitch now. Like, he fucked himself up with all that plastic surgery.
Yeah,
and
he
shit.
got a shit.
Have you
ton
ever
of
seen what
plastic
he
surgery.
looked like when he was young?
Oh, he was a
No.
good-looking dude.
Yeah,
Like, he
he-
was handsome as shit. And then he went and started getting all pretty much what Zac Efron's doing now.
Did you guys catch the Lancelot joke?
This is what Marv looked like when he was young.
Yeah, that's the guy who played Marv right there. That's what he looked like.
the cop guy?
No,
No, the guy
The-
with the beat up like the face. He was the hard ass.
the one that went after Kevin,
Oh.
the Goldie story.
And that's what he actually looks like.
That's what
now.
he
No,
looked
that- no,
like.
that's what
That
he
was
looked
probably
like when he was
30 years
young.
ago.
No,
Yeah.
I mean what he looked like in the movie. He actually looks like that.
when no,
He
when
did
he
30
no, not
years
when not
ago.
when he
30 years
not
ago.
when he made the not when
whenever
he made the,
the movie.
when he made the movie.
Wait, which character are we talking about?
Marv, the guy with the fucked up face. He was like the barbarian type dude. He was like beating the shit out of everybody.
When he made the movie, it was more like this.
Yeah, that's what he looks like now.
Oh.
Yeah, plastic surgery and shit. You know, Marv is the guy with the fucking. He's
The one with the weird nose?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what he looked
And,
like when he was young, just for comparison's sake.
He's a good looking dude, but he fucked his face
Fucking
up.
hot. Why would you fuck up that face?
Well, Zac Efron's doing the same thing.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Have you seen
Who's-
fucking
who's-
pictures of him?
who's
Like,
Zac
what
Efron?
was?
huh?
Who's Zac Efron?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. No. I'm not kidding. Who's that?
You don't know who Zac? She doesn't know who Zac Efron.
I'm sure if you told
she
me who
grew
he
up
played
around
as,
with that shit, didn't she? Like High School Musical and all that.
She doesn't strike me as
you're
the kind
talking
of kid
about
that would like
that guy?
Zac Efron, yeah.
I never watched High School Musical.
He's in all
You should
kinds of
watch.
shit now.
You should watch something.
Should watch Neighbors.
Yeah,
that was
Neighbors
good.
fucking hilarious.
He played.
I was
Ted
planning on
Bundy.
watching that this week.
Yeah, he was Ted Bundy in the Netflix
I didn't
show or
watch
movie
it.
or whatever.
You should watch it. He does a good job.
What was up with the gloves?
The
The mitten things.
Yeah, he like
What
got
is
the
the
big ass
fucking
gloves
point
to,
of
like,
those?
Spread like, dude, you beat down doors and
Was that
punched guys' lights
was
out.
that the only point? Was just to spread
yeah,
out the
just
barbed
to
wire?
spread that barbed wire. It's like you can't
You-
handle some barbed wire, dude.
Well, he didn't even touch the barbed wire.
yeah, he was
held
like
a
it was in a
spool.
spool, and he's like using these big old bulky gloves.
And
I'm like,
I mean,
for
I'm sorry,
what?
but those
Like,
gloves are not. I mean, all it's going to do if you're actually touching the barbed wire, it's just going to get caught. You know what I mean?
I didn't understand the gloves anyway. Like, hold on, this motherfucker punches through, like, jumps through, like, car windows and jumps out of buildings.
I was
and
expecting
hits
him to
people
do
so hard
something-
their heads explode.
do
but he's afraid of
something-
some barbed wire.
Yeah, I was expecting him to do something with the gloves other than just. Spread
And then they
barbed
did
wire.
the barbed wire didn't even serve a purpose.
No, he
No.
just jumped right
He
over.
just
it.
Yeah.
jumped over the fucking barbed wire.
Can we talk about the guy that got with the arrow through the chest?
That was
Oh,
funny.
That was
yeah.
God.
that
Hair
I
through
remember
stomach, act
when
like
it
nothing.
happened. I was
Look at
like,
this.
I remember
He's like,
that.
hey, guys, there's an arrow in
No,
You guys think I
he
should
gets
go to
shot,
a
he goes,
doctor?
Hey.
You guys
How
think I
about
should
that?
go to a doctor?
Yes, yeah. You guys think I should maybe see a doctor or something? You know? There's an
Hey,
arrow in
I
my
like
face.
that right before that. He's like, I knew there was a reason I came to work today. And hey.
And like, hey.
Did you guys catch the Lancelot joke?
Mm-mm.
I
don't think.
The oh shit, what's her name? The main hooker lady,
Gail?
Rosario Dawson.
Gail?
Yeah, Gail. When she looked at Clive Owen and said, "Take it easy, Lancelot." You know he played Arthur in
Yeah.
that movie. Was it King Arthur.
King Arthur.
I think it was
like
King Arthur. Yeah.
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 I know what you're talking about.
That I actually cracked up at that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that could have been something that she threw into.
I didn't even pick up on
I could
that,
see,
actually.
like, yeah, I could see.
Probably because I didn't watch King Arthur with him in it. But, I did, it was kind of funny because I was like I was so into the stories because it's been so long since I watched this that I didn't realize that we hadn't had an intro card yet until, we were like 1.5 stories in, and then it comes up and it's like Sin City, and I'm like, huh, yeah. We haven't had that yet.
So one of my favorite lines from Marv is whenever he's gets electrocuted, he's like, you get a move on. I haven't got all night.
Yeah.
And then he electrocuted. He's like, is that all you got, you pussies?
What was up with the swastika ninja star?
I didn't understand. Like I
Again,
said,
I
it's one
think
of
he's
those
right.
things.
It's like they used it for visuals.
It's
And
like a style, like they used it
yeah.
for style. Which like I said, they couldn't get away with that now. They couldn't get away with half the shit they did in this show or in this movie. Now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't have any problem with the offensive stuff. It was just
I didn't
for me.
either,
It was just
No.
like I said. It was for me. It was just the 40s detective kind of thing.
Sure.
That threw me off.
Yeah.
The vibe, it's boring.
Yeah, for me.
One thing that drives me nuts in every movie though that I watch, and it when Marv did it was just the same. But like when somebody has some kind of like, they get headaches or they get his condition or whatever, and so like they're the character's way of dealing with it is to pop pills like candy.
And he's not just bottom. He's like,
But everybody does that.
You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
noticed that? Like in
Yeah.
movies, they're like, "Oh, I get headaches," and so then they take Excedrin. There's
Like, just dump them down
they
their
just-
throat.
Yeah, it's like.
But he
that-
does it in a way that it's like kind of funny because he's spilling them all over the place.
Yeah.
And shit, and he just.
But
you
movies
know?
do that, So like I'm sitting here thinking, okay, number one, if I have some kind of condition where I have to take a pill, like
And I miss my dosage, I'm
It's
just gonna-
structured, right? Like you're
Yeah.
taking 2 every 6 hours, or you're taking 1 a day, or whatever. You're not just popping them every time you've got an episode going on.
Right.
And 2, you're not just drinking them. I mean, like, and spilling them everywhere. Like you're those are important to you because they keep whatever it is under control. So where every single one of those pills are.
Yeah.
It just like it drives me crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's just because
I think for the sake of this movie, though, like it's excusable because
Yeah,
I think that was supposed to be part of his character.
Sure, and I get that. It's just like it's not just this movie though. Like you see somebody who's like, oh, I've got schizophrenia or whatever, and they're taking their pills like just like Marv did, where they're spilling them all over the car seat or
I don't know about
whatever.
you, but whenever I take pills, I open up the jar and I sprinkle them in my hand and count the ones that I want to take.
Yep.
Put the rest back.
Yep.
And then they go in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, pills are expensive. If they're controlling a condition you have, exactly how many you have or how many you need.
Or how many you're supposed to take.
Yeah, and
'Cause they
like
could be deadly.
well, yeah, and like if you don't have enough, especially in his world where he doesn't have a doctor or whatever, he's got to rely on somebody to get his pills. You would think he'd want to make sure he has enough.
It's like somebody with like high blood pressure. It's like, oh, my blood pressure's like, ah.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that? Was that a cock?
If that's what you take, ah.
Hey, I think we made it 20 minutes before we had another one.
Well, you're like,
Speaking of, in the first 20 minutes of the movie, there were 2 people got shot in the penis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone got shot in the butthole, and then someone got axed again in the penis. All throughout the movie. I was keeping track.
that actually made me
There were a
think.
lot of penis cuttings and
Kind of makes
and
me.
then he even rips one off, like
make
rips
that
it
3.
out.
When she said that butthole thing, made me think of that Home Team movie. Kid gets like the kicker always kicks the football and it hits the center in the ass. He's like, ah, my butthole.
My butthole.
What was with the Charlie Brown sweater on Kevin? I never understood that. Was there a reference or something? I didn't see anything.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Who's Kevin?
That's what he wears
That
in the
creepy
comic
dude
book.
with the
Oh,
claws.
him.
That's what he looks like in the comic book. If anybody knows, that's Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I actually wrote it that way. I was like, what's with the Charlie Brown sweater, Elijah?
he's the probably scariest kind of psychopath.
Motherfucker is scary.
I mean,
Yeah, constantly.
I see him in a back alley, I'd run.
Right. Like he's definitely the scariest kind of psychopath there could be.
No shit. Like when
she's
he's cutting
telling-
him
No,
up
if I
and he
saw him
doesn't
on the
make a
street, I'd
sound.
run.
Right. That dude
He's
has
sitting there
no-
just sucking the meat off of the bones while they were sitting there
Yeah,
watching.
and then he's like, I tried to therapy Kevin through his darkness and blah blah blah. You didn't do a very good fucking job.
He has
man.
such-
Oh, dude,
he
that
He
is
has-
like,
him at all.
Look,
Like,
he has
that is,
such
like,
an
the
angelic
worst.
voice.
yeah. Oh my god, that is like the worst man of God ever. And I
Yeah.
don't just mean like the things he's doing in Sin City to let that thing still roam around.
But then he also joins in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are going straight to hell. Like, I'm sorry. That is
He
insane.
eats their soul.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's the
excuse
sad
me.
part is you don't know
Excuse
who, But
me.
the thing is though, you don't know who's worse, him or the actual heroes, because they're fucking terrible too. Like Marv is not a good person.
No.
He's a terrible fucking person. He kills everybody. He
Yeah.
kills innocent cops and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
People just doing their jobs. He's
Dwight
I
is
remember-
about the only one
Did
that
he
has
kill
like a
Nick?
conscience.
a
'Cause
more,
you,
yeah, like a
'cause
moral
you hear
boundary.
him saying, you know, like, oh, I don't know if this guy's got a family, or, you know, like when
Right.
he's trying to decide is he going to kill this person or whatever, you know, he's like, should I do something? Or, you know, like when he gets pulled over by that cop, he's like, I don't know if this guy has a family, or, you know, like he's the only one you
He
hear.
said, yeah, the off chance he could be one of the honest ones.
Yeah, he's the only one you hear having an internal monologue with himself where he's trying to make the right call.
Yeah, he's about the only one with like a
Well, and
solid-
Hardigan too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
obviously
but
Hardigan.
yeah.
Yeah. But he still almost bangs a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got a little weird. And you know, the
That
funny thing
did.
is that
Very
the
weird.
first time I watched it, and maybe even, I don't know, I don't remember that ever being a thing that I thought was weird the first time, but
That's
I guess.
because nowadays,
Yeah, now I
nowadays you're programmed in your mind because that's what you know
Well,
people find
even
wrong.
still, I think it's because now I'm a parent and I'm older, and I
That
know
too.
that that's.
I think back then I was just
I
thinking,
know that now-
lucky fuckers getting Jessica Alba.
Right, and now.
Right.
You know, like-
Now I'm thinking, like, if I had a 19-year-old and somebody that's that age, I'd be like, no.
right.
No.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Even at
Excuse
my
me,
age,
no.
a 19-year-old kind of like.
Yeah. Even
Yeah, what
at,
do you
like,
have in
yeah.
common?
Huh?
What do you have in common? Because I don't know about you. I sit there a lot of times and I go, I'm not old. I'm
I think
not
for
old.
him,
And then I get
think-
around, like, you know,
The-
20-year-olds,
yeah,
and I'm like,
you know,
I'm
like-
old.
I think
Yeah.
for
I'm
like
old.
him, and like you see this a lot in his face. He's just like, you can tell he's trying to use his willpower to like push her back. Like, no, this is fucked up.
Mhm.
I'm old enough to be your grandpa. But at the same time, he's like, but then again, I was locked up for 8 years.
Well, and I think the other thing is that the only interaction he's ever had, or
Was
that
just
he's
her.
had for these 8 years, is just her letters.
her letters, yeah. So it's easy to fall in love with someone like that.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying that it's necessarily okay,
So it's-
but
it's-
I understand
It's a
the
good plot to
connection that they
show
have.
show the struggle he's dealing with mentally too. On top of that,
Yeah.
you
I
know?
understand the connection that they would have. And I understand why she has that connection to him also. I'm getting blown the hell up.
I think I am too. Messages. We have lives, people. People like us and stuff.
Quit talking
it's
to
Alec.
me.
What is it?
Yeah, he messaged me.
Oh, a bullet ricocheted off that guy's head.
Yeah, that'd be Marv.
Yeah,
Why?
Because Marv is.
he's
Does he have a
the
metal
Hulk.
plate in his
The
head?
only
It
thing
sounded
that,
like he
the
had
only
a
thing
metal
that can
plate in
hurt
his head.
Marv that we have determined is barbed wire.
Yeah, that's his
And only his
kryptonite.
hands.
Yeah, it's his only kryptonite, man. Barbed wire.
Yeah.
Barbed wire and dames.
Even electricity, it took
Dames.
2 times of electricity
Blonde
to actually
dames.
do the trick.
Yeah,
Well, and you know, talking about Marv, like he kept saying like probably 2 or 3 times, "I don't hurt girls," right?
and
and
he
like-
smacks that girl.
Yeah, and then like a couple scenes later, he smacks Wendy in the face.
Mhm.
Right.
Sorry, Blondie.
Yeah, and then like what is it? Then a couple of like the next scene, he literally says, "I don't rough up dames again." But you just did.
But you just smacked that bitch in the face.
Like you
Knocked
just,
her
you
out
just hit
cold,
her
too.
and knocked her out cold. Yeah, like you
You
hit her.
so hard.
You
knocked
smacked
ass
her
out.
hard enough
Yeah.
to knock her out. She's gonna wake up with
I
at least a
understand. Some of this
bruise.
is like really contradicting. Like okay, like even the beginning scene, like Josh Hartnett's character kills that woman on the rooftop.
hmm
How's he gonna hide that? What's he gonna do? Is he walking out of
He's
that
that
building with
smooth that he
dead
doesn't
body?
even have to. He didn't. He can just.
Does
leave
he
her
just
there.
walk away and leave her lay there?
Probably.
Probably.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean, that's. I guess it's like the. You know what I mean?
He
Like,
repels off the the side.
like Batman.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the people in the
He
show.
made sure he
or
had
the
no
movie?
fingerprints anywhere.
I did like that at the very end of his speech. He said, "I'll cash your check in the morning."
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
like-
yeah, yeah. I was like, how very Sin City.
So
with
is
that
he an
whole speech, you know?
assassin? What, was he a
Yeah.
cop?
Yeah,
or
he's a
an
paid.
assassin?
He's a paid assassin.
He's essentially a hitman.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
he was a cop.
No, he's a paid assassin. Like, and then I loved that they showed him.
At the end,
They show him for that scene, and then like we know that Robert Rodriguez used that to be able to make the
Right,
movie,
yeah.
but then he used it later to show what happens to Alexis Bledell's character.
Right, yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck you, bitch.
yeah, she was probably the most annoying character in the whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's very-
it's funny because like when you first see her, when Jackie Boy comes up upon her, she's playing that character very well.
Yeah,
Very kind of like,
I don't do
sorry,
grip jobs.
not gonna happen, blah, okay. And then at the, you just made the
I
biggest
remember this
mistake of
movie
your
came
life,
out
sugar.
just thinking like, man, she's like the prettiest girl.
Yeah.
And then like I heard that she's on Gossip Girl or what? Or was it not Gossip Girl?
It's just one of them WB shows.
Yeah, what was it? Not Gossip Girl. It was the.
I think it was just the black and white with the blue
It was
eyes.
It was the one with her and her mom or whatever.
Oh,
Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was just like, God, how annoying!
I'm not watching that shit.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I just I remember like watching her character do that and like thinking, oh, she played that so well, and then like immediately after that happens, even before you knew she was a
narc.
narc, you're like, I don't like you
Right.
anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like you anymore.
Like at first, it was like, yeah, I kind of like. She seems like an alright character. Like, she's like, I don't do grip jobs, like whatever. And then like the part where like they're like chopping up the bodies and shit, and she's like, "Can I go home? I just want to go home." And it's like, "Oh, you're a whiny bitch. I don't like that."
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I don't like
Not a
you
fan.
now.
I think part of the reason that I really remembered the Marv story is because I really hated the ending. I hated that he took the fall.
He
Yeah.
took the easy way out.
I mean, I know that that's how it's gonna have to be, because there's, to my knowledge, even in the comics, nobody ever takes down the senator and all that stuff. So,
And a Dame to Kill For, I think they do go after
Do
the
they?
senator. and
but
do
I
kill
don't think
him.
they ever take him actually down, though.
I think they do. I think
Do
they
they?
kill him.
Well, good.
I'm not. I don't know though. I can't remember that movie.
But I'm just saying that, like, I hated the fact that he took the fall instead of
He took the easy way out. He
fighting
could,
it,
yeah,
or,
he could have
like
tried.
somebody.
Oh, you're talking about. You're not talking about Marv. You're talking about.
No, I'm talking about Marv because
Hardigan.
I'm talking about Marv. He got the electric chair or some shit.
Oh,
Oh.
I
'Cause
thought we were
he-
talking
you
about
know,
the
he
very
got
end.
caught.
Yeah,
He just-
they
he's-
arrested him, and he said that he killed Goldie and he killed, all these other people,
Well,
and he
you-
took the fall for all of Kevin's kills.
Do you know
and-
why?
Yeah,
Because-
I know because they said that they were gonna
Kill his mother.
They were gonna go after
So
his
he
mom. and all that.
decided, okay, well then
I
fuck it. I'm
get
done.
it, but I hated the ending. I wish that I just hated
He
it.
wasn't going to take the fall, and then they brought his mom into it. So
I know I hated it though. Like I just hated that ending.
His mom's older than him.
Yeah, she's lived her life.
Yeah. There we go. Kill the bitch. Look at me. You think she was a good mom?
she beat the shit out of me when I was
Yeah. Look at me, dude.
I
at my
used to look
face.
normal.
I'm the reason. She's the reason I'm afraid of barbed wire.
Oh god, that's so funny. So Nick Stahl.
He's super creepy in
Oh,
this movie.
Oh man.
Super creepy.
Why what in the world would make somebody
I
wanna
thought he
take
looked like
this-
Peter Parker at first.
Why would somebody take this role?
He looked like a crazy Peter Parker.
Crazy Peter Parker.
Like the original, I forget his name.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I think that he does a great job.
He does, but
But it's almost too well done.
yes.
Like,
Yes.
He's too creepy. It's like,
But to be fair, like he's always kind of done that pretty well.
yeah.
I mean, you think about disturbing behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's
He's able to flip that switch. That's the sad part. He's a really good actor.
He is.
His problem is his downfall in his career was getting into drugs.
Mhm.
And they called it the John Connor curse because him and Edward Furlong were the same.
But Edward Furlong had a somewhat of a career for a while, and then he kind of
Well, so did Nick Stahl.
I know.
Yeah.
He did that. He was in
Well,
Terminator 3.
not after Terminator, though.
It's true. Well, which one did he do first? This or Terminator 3?
This.
This.
It's just sad.
He still did movies and shit after that. But
What was that movie you really liked him in?
Disturbing Behavior.
Yeah.
Disturbing Behavior, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that movie.
Him and James Marsden
Marsden.
Marsden, yeah.
Yeah.
The albino dude.
Who else was in that?
He was like
Ali Larter.
He was
in
like
that
the
too?
ducky.
No, that was
Who was the female?
the one that was named or married to Tom Cruise. Katie Holmes.
Was it Katie? Oh, it was Katie Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all the notes I got. I didn't really get a lot of notes on this movie.
No, did
Yeah,
I?
I was watching. I was like, I got like.
I mean, we
half a
talked
page.
a lot for not having a whole lot of notes.
I
That's
didn't have
kinda
a whole
how
lot of
thought,
notes
too.
either.
I was like, this is just a movie that you only talk about. You don't really take
Yeah.
notes on this sort of movie.
That's kind of what I went with.
Yeah. Well, the stories go by so fast that it's hard to really take notes on.
Yeah.
really.
I had 3 more. I had I really like the parts where Hardigan has like an internal monologue. Like when he talks to himself and he's like, get up, old man, and like I
do. That was
I really
that
love.
was one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I love Bruce Willis's voice first of all, and then
Well, he was in Look Who's Talking.
I know.
I love that movie.
He was the little kid. He was the voice.
Here's
I know. I
Mikey.
used to watch that movie all the time.
Where is Julie's penis? Did it fall off? And then was this, because I can't remember, was this like one of the first movies that did that whole like where there was several stories and then it had like this kind of wrap around where like in this it was the city, but they had characters that kind of interacted, like so Marv,
Like an anthology almost.
sort of
like that. Like
sort of, but like because Marv was in Brittany Murphy's
not really,
character.
because you could say
She
4
was in
rooms.
a lot of the stories.
That's true, because I was
4
gonna say
rooms
Brittany
together.
Murphy was in all 4 stories, but she was only a main character in 1.
Was she in all 4?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess she was. She was in the Hardigan one too for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marv shows up in I think 3 of them, because he's in the first one for a little while. Because Clive Owen makes the comment, Clive
He's in
Owen
all
shows
of
up
them.
in Marv's maybe,
He's in all.
but
of
I just
them.
remember Clive Owen making the comment that Marv would be right at home as a
There's technically, yeah, he's in all of them because he's in Dwight's
yeah.
no, he's not.
Was
No,
he-
I think
don't
Dwight
remember him
shows
being
up in
Hardigan's.
Marv's.
Yeah, Dwight's in Marv's. Yeah, you're right. He wasn't in
Yeah.
Dwight's. So yeah, I guess you're right. Only Brittany Murphy's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd
She
say
shows up in all 4.
Nancy. I think Nancy's in all 3 of them, isn't she?
Mm,
No. He's not. She's not in Dwight's.
No.
No, because
Yeah.
Dwight's is very.
Dwight's
much
is-
in
Dwight's is almost-
his is like just O Town and
Yeah, Dwight's is almost like kind of exclusive to itself almost.
right. Yeah, because he's kind of like he doesn't go to Katie's, which is the bar
Mm-hmm.
in his story.
Yeah.
He's just, it shows him starting out with the bartender waitress, and then from there he goes to O Town.
It's just one of the first movies I remember that had that kind of interactive character.
Yeah, right.
It was definitely one of the first to do it.
And
I
you
just
could
don't remember
say,
if it was.
other movies have done that. Like I said, 4 Rooms has done that.
Hmm. I don't remember when 4 Rooms came out though.
Oh, it was way before that.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Well, it's funny because Robert Rodriguez actually does one of the stories in 4 Rooms too.
You did, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, you're right. And,
Actually, the one with Antonio Banderas.
oh yeah, you're right. Which makes sense.
Yeah, right.
And why the hell would you get in the car with the guy who shot you? I don't care how much time's going
Right,
by.
dude.
Fuck
Yeah.
that. I would
Michael
hate him
Madsen.
forever. I would just fucking
I love
walk.
Michael Madsen. Though.
I know, but I'd walk. I'd walk before I
I'd
get in
be
the
like,
car
yeah,
with that
fuck you,
motherfucker. Mm.
Yeah, but
That's
I
it.
love-
That's all the notes I had then.
That's Mr. Blonde, man. I love Michael Madsen.
Well, for sure, but fuck him. Fuck him so hard. He fucking shot Bruce Willis.
Fuck him so hard his ear falls off.
That's right. That's
For anybody
right.
who's seen
From
Reservoir Dogs.
Gangrene. Fuck him.
All right, so let's get into our reviews.
Let's rock out this bitch.
Karen, what's your review?
Why do I always get picked to go first for that? Anyway.
Because I like fucking with you.
That's fine.
I don't know what.
I have enough
I like fucking with
confidence.
you. You can go first.
I have enough confidence in my own reviews. I don't care. So first of all, obviously the visually striking thing has to be brought up. This was probably one of the first movies to do that, and there's been a lot of movies that's copied it since. And in my opinion, no one else has been able to do it nearly as well. Because they copied, and because they all try to do variations of it, and none of it's ever worked as well as this one did. And I really like the fact that there's a bunch of different stories, but I also hate it, so it's kind of one of those catch-22s. And I really wanted to know more about the characters this time around, even though normally that doesn't bother me so much, I guess. But I really liked, I know you hated it, but I liked the acting. Sort of some of them, I can see where you were coming from.
Well,
though.
I
didn't
don't hate the acting as
Well,
much as I do.
Some of them did go over the top, like Brittany Murphy.
Oh, way
She
over
could
the
have
top.
she could have toned that down.
Yeah, she could have toned it down a lot.
Yeah,
like,
that one
like,
was too
Dwight,
over.
You stupid man.
Yeah, like I said,
Just
I don't.
being like
You
over
damn,
dramatic.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
hate it for the acting fact. I just don't like 40s detective noir.
You don't like noir?
Yeah, I don't.
I
like
like noir. I
I
really
do.
like
I think
noir.
I think it's an underutilized genre of
Like,
movie.
Absolutely.
Like was
I
it the
love
game
noir.
noir where you were like a detective?
Oh, I love that.
I love that game, but
Mhm.
I just for the some like movie wise, I cannot get into the noir movie.
Oh man, I'll tell
style.
you what, I love that. I love the whole look of that stuff. Like,
I think
Well-
that's one of my favorite things about, like, I know this is like a deep cut, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yes, that's what I was getting ready to say.
So I think that's one of my favorite things about
The
that
look-
movie is
the
just
look and the-
the
yep.
look and the like the detective
Yeah.
thing about
Like
it.
The Shape of Water. I love the look of that movie
Yeah,
because
that's
of that.
one of my favorite things about that movie.
Because of that era that
that aesthetic,
that
like
aesthetic.
1940s.
I
the
love
old-fashioned
that.
Cars and
I
like the-
love
yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
love it. That's my favorite freaking thing ever.
Yeah.
But I just didn't like the movie.
My mom always told me, she goes, Joseph, I think you were born in the wrong era. I was like, she's like, I think you should have been like a 1940s teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
like,
guess
why?
it-
She's
it-
like, you're just an old, like you like old fashioned like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
The
I guess,
constant
yeah.
monologuing, I guess, is what killed it for me. Like I like watching the 40s detective movies that they're interacting, but when they're just constantly talking in their head, it's kind of. I guess that's where it throws.
I
me
like
off.
that. I like the internal monologue, especially like you said with Hardigan. It was
Yep.
awesome. With Marv, it's cool because it's cool to see how
What
he
they're
bounces
thinking.
back and forth between his insanity
Yep.
and all that. Like, don't get me wrong. For
I
some
think
of them,
without
like,
that, you
like
you
seeing
would-
Dwight's
you'd
monologue
miss
is
so
cool.
much.
Dwight is cool because he's got a good moral compass.
Mhm.
I like.
Whereas like some of the other ones, you're like, why are we listening to this?
I like
You know
the
what I mean? Like,
I like the monologue to a point. It's just not excessive. Too much monologue.
for
Was-
some of it, yeah.
For me, it was just too much monologuing going on. Now, if it was more interaction going on, then I'd probably been a little bit more into it. For me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I get it. But I would say, it set a standard that I think a lot of movies have since tried to mimic, and that has to be something right there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's a lot of big names in this, and most of them brought an A game, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna say 7. I'm gonna go with the 7. I think it's a solid 7.
Joseph.
Well, I like a lot of what Karen said. I agree with a lot of what she said. I do think some of the overacted parts are a little obnoxious. I love the black and white. I love the certain things being colored whenever they need to be colored. Like
Those
whenever
reds and the
like he
yellows
thinks
and-
Goldie's walking in,
Yeah.
and it's you see her hair color, and then she changes, and then he realizes, oh, that's Wendy.
Yeah.
Not it's not Goldie, and things like that. Certain things, whenever because the things are only colored when they pay to the story.
Yeah.
like whenever it's being used
They're
for
only
the
colored
story.
when it's important
Whenever
to what's
it's important
happening,
to
or
be
yeah,
colored, yeah.
Mhm.
like the part where he's killing that religious dude or whatever, and it's like the blood squirt on his face. That's important because
Yeah.
you're seeing it kind of gives that tension of like this is what he's doing and how brutal it probably is,
Yeah.
even though they're not showing it. I think that's cool because one of my favorite types of art is I used to do that all the time. I would draw something, and I never liked to color my drawings, but I would like color just like the blood or something, just to give it that little bit of color. And I always thought it was cool. I loved artwork like that. Like as you can see, I don't care about a lot of color in art.
Yeah.
So, but I think that was probably one of my favorite things about the movie in general. I agree. I think that Hardigan, listening to him and like talk about himself in the manner of like how old he is and how he's not sure if he can get through this because of his age and he's just beat down and things like that. I think that's really cool. I do think that some of the parts are very obnoxious. I think that Marv is obnoxious at times, even though he's probably the most badass character. You know what I mean? Like he's a fucking hard ass. Like he straight blasts through that door, takes out these guys, jumps fucking 30 stories, and then lands in a pile of trash and just keeps going, and then like puts his feet through a fucking windshield, and you know what I mean? Like he's just a badass.
That first sequence, you're just like,
yeah, you're like, God,
you're hooked
damn.
into it.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he just no shit's given.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of things to love about this movie. I mean, I think a lot of people come in and try to give their A game. Some of them kind of, trip over their own feet, like Brittany Murphy, kind of,
I think
God
she
rest her
tried,
soul,
but
yeah, I think she tried a little too hard, and I didn't like it. But I think for the most part, it's a good movie. I've seen this movie several times, and I think that I'm going to come in and I'm going to say I'm torn between. I think I'm going to give it. I'll give it a 7. I was going to give it a 6.5. I was kind of torn, but I think that I'm probably being a little harsh on it after all these years, and I'll give it a. I think it's a 7.
Okay.
Fuck that. I'm giving it a 6.5. I'm going with my gut. I'll give it a 6.5. I think it's 6.5 is honestly it's fair.
Okay.
Especially for a Robert Rodriguez movie because this is not his best movie.
Yeah.
By any means. Desperado is like fantastic. It's one of my all-time favorites. I love Desperado. You don't like it?
I've never seen it.
You never seen it? Oh, I love Desperado. It's
I know.
so
I need
good.
to watch it.
It's so good. It's not. I mean, it's
I think
part
it's
of,
on my list. I think.
But like, he's got a lot of good movies. Some good, some bad. Like From Dusk Till Dawn. Anybody?
I love that movie.
Yeah, amazing movie.
Yeah.
So like, but for this, I mean, it's good, and I love what he did. And I think
just
that,
like that it almost it took that visual thing and everybody was like it's amazing and they took it.
If you would have asked me
to,
15 years ago, I'd straight up tell you, oh, this movie's easily an 8.5, 9.
Yeah.
But now,
no, I wouldn't.
It's 'cause
back
all
back
the
then,
titties.
huh?
It's because you like all the titties.
No, I don't care about that.
Whenever you were
Boob.
little.
Little.
no, that's not even it either. Like, I just love the movie back then for its artistic value, and it just hasn't aged well. In my
I think
opinion.
it's just that historical thing for me
Yeah.
that it.
You forgot to mention that in HBO Max they cut out the part where the
they
woman
cut
got
out a
smacked.
part on the HBO Max, like because I watched it on HBO Max, and
Yeah.
they cut out a part where Brittany Murphy gets smacked by Jackie Boy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand. I was like, why'd they cut that out? Like, because it goes from him standing there in front of her to her on the floor in tears,
Mm-hmm.
and then grabs that knife and says that she'll cut his little pecker off or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did they cut that out? Like, did they fuck up, or is it something they just didn't want to show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't understand that. Like, there's other women in this that get hit. I don't understand why this would be so important. I don't know if it was just something that they fucked up or what, but I didn't understand. I don't know. Whatever. It's not a big deal, I guess, because I know what happens.
Right.
Like, obviously,
I
she's
didn't.
just picture him smacking her.
I thought it was supposed to be there on purpose until you said something. I was like,
no,
oh.
it's definitely taken out.
Yeah, they took it out for some reason. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
But yeah, my rating went up slightly just because of that historical thing where it was, where
See,
they had
not for
that,
me. I'm
that
like,
visual.
I've seen it so many fucking times that it was just like one of those things where I was like, it's kind of.
No, I mean like people copying it, and it became like this.
Oh, yeah, I see.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean is that it became something that people were. It took people by storm.
It really
what I
did.
mean?
It was definitely something. And then he tried to redo it, like recapture that magic with the Dame to Kill For, and he just kind of fell on his face.
Right.
He did the same thing with that.
Well, he
Spirit
relied
movie
too much
too.
on the visuals and not enough on the story. I think.
Right. And well, the Spirit. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's another
No,
Frank
I never
Miller
watched it. Mm-mm.
comic book that he turned into a movie, and I think it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. It's also got Samuel L. Jackson in it and stuff. But it was just kind of like, it was like after Sin City, you see the Spirit, and you're like, this isn't nearly as good as Sin City. Like, it was just one of those things where like, see, now you're just kind of like kicking a dead horse
Yeah.
here. So
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That was why this gets a little higher, just because it was the first and it took it by storm. Everybody was trying to copy it. And,
Right.
You know, that's why it got a little higher for me. Because I was at like 6.5.
yeah, I'll give it a 6.5. I think that's still pretty fair for what we got here. So.
Yep.
So, Madison, what do you think?
I think it was a black and white movie. Sorry.
That's-
Old movies make me fall asleep, and I was about to fall asleep last night. Which, I mean, it wasn't the movie's fault. It was also 11 o'clock at night. Because somebody starts all their movies at 9 o'clock.
I'm sorry, I had softball draws for your softball.
You got home at 8:30.
Okay.
No.
Nothing's ever good enough.
No, thank you.
Tell me about it.
I was joking.
These kids don't
Kind of.
appreciate nothing.
I do too. I appreciate a lot. I say thank you for dinner, and he says thank the cow. So
Yeah, because that's who you should be thanking. I didn't die, the cow did. Am I wrong?
And now
No,
he's in
but
your
you
stomach.
slaved
Thank you for
over
your
the stories
time
all night.
and your effort. You can be appreciative.
right. You could have just forced me to make dinner, but you didn't.
So I have to be
You made-
appreciative of her appreciation.
Mhm.
So shouldn't
You want to trade? I will trade you teenagers
Shouldn't
right
she
now.
appreciate my appreciation for her?
I will trade you
appreciation?
teenagers right now.
Yeah. Good luck with that one, pal.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well,
I got 2 boys already. I'm good.
I grounded Elliot as soon as he came outside yesterday.
Just imagine him walking outside. You're grounded.
What did I do?
what did I
It's
do?
not what you did. It's what you're gonna do.
He was out there for 5 minutes and he got grounded.
What'd he do?
Bitched the whole time. They had nothing to do, so his ass went back
It's
inside.
so annoying, dude.
It's gotta be a record.
My kids
We
do
got
that
nothing to
all
do.
the
Go the
time.
fuck inside.
My boys do that all the time. Like, dude, you guys have everything a child could want. What else can I give you? Like,
Right? You've been.
I have nothing more to
Here's my
give
thing.
you.
He was like bitching the whole time, like all week. He's like, "Let's go outside. Let's go. I want to go outside. I want to go outside." As soon as we go outside, there's nothing to do out here. Can we ride bikes? I was like, I gotta fill up your tires. I gotta get the air compressor, fill up the tires. Just not today.
Don't feel bad.
And then
man.
it constantly bitch. There's nothing to do. Go the fucking inside. Sit
My
on the
kids have
couch.
Orby guns, Nerf guns, fucking mini bikes. They've got bicycles. They've got scooters. They've got every mode of transportation at their age they can ride. They have every video game. They've got a PS5, PS4. They've got 3 PCs in this house. They all have laptops, tablets.
I don't have a laptop. Mine broke.
Hers broke. But but we've got
There's computers,
every
though.
room in this house has a television. I've got a 65-inch in my basement. This is how many televisions we have. It's ridiculous. And then they're like, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, dude, I will punch you in the fucking
You're
face.
really capturing Jackson
I
and
will
Gavin
throat
right now.
punch you
I will
right now.
punch you in the face right now, man. Like, go.
Go away.
something.
Just go away.
Go
Leave me
do
alone.
something. They've got a room full of toys. They've got just endless shit they could be doing. They ask for something. Boom. I'll get it, man. Don't worry. Like they asked for kinetic sand. Yep. Click.
Gotcha.
Got it. It'll be here tomorrow, man. No big deal. But no, we're bored. Like, come on. You bored now? That
Yeah.
take your mind off the
Like,
boredom?
yeah, as soon as he started,
Go clean your
started
nose.
in.
It'll give you something to
Yeah.
do.
As soon as he started in saying he was bored, I said, "Go outside. Go sit on the couch. You sit on that couch till we come inside because I'm done. I'm done hearing this shit."
I'm telling you, yeah, that's how Jackson, he was outside earlier playing, and they were out there playing with their Orby guns, and he comes
Those
inside.
things hurt.
He's like, I'm fed up with it. I'm done with it today. I'm like, what the fuck? You're 7.
No, he said he's not in the mood.
Oh, he's not in
today.
the mood for it today. I'm like, dude, you're 7. What are you not in the mood for?
Not in the mood.
And I'm like, he's out in we're in the kitchen and the windows are open and he can hear the Orby guns. He's like, God, they're being really loud. Why are they so loud? I'm like, I think you need a nap, man. Like, I think you might need to go to bed a little earlier tonight, dude. Like, you obviously are a little cranky. So I'm just like, he's so annoyed with it. I'm like, dude, chill out, man. calm down. Like
Theodore freaks out over loud noises though. Like he's
dude,
got
but
sensory.
it's always loud in my house, and guess who it's the cause of? Jackson. He's the loud one all the time.
For real, when they were playing the quiet game the other night.
You can't play the quiet game with Jackson. He loses every time.
No, so does Theodore.
Every time.
So does Theodore.
Anyway, sorry.
Within a second of being in it,
I love
we
my
went
kids,
into
man.
parenting
I
mode.
don't
Sorry,
hit
guys.
My kids, by the way. I
We
do
love
not
them
hit
very
my kids.
dearly.
I haven't whooped my kid's ass in years, man.
I've come
In
close.
years.
Last
only
night I
whooped me
came
once.
close.
Now all I gotta do is raise my voice and they cry.
Yeah.
So that's just. I guess I have that intimidating dad voice.
It's the same way with me.
Well, with Gavin, I don't even have to yell. I just like talk to him, and he starts bawling. I'm like, dude, I'm not even angry. What are you crying for? Like,
You're disciplining me.
What
Like,
for
he
dinner?
spilled-
Why are you crying?
he spilled a bowl of Orbeez all over the counter. I'm like, I walk in, I'm like, ah. And he's already bawling. I'm like, what are you crying for? He's like, I spilled the Orbeez, and I'm like, chill the fuck out, man. Just clean them up. Like, what is your
Here's a
deal?
towel.
Yeah, he had a towel. He was cleaning them up. I'm like, he's like freaking out, like shaking and stuff. Like, oh my, like I beat him. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna come out of the bathroom with like, boy, what did I tell you? Like, you pick up them Orbeez now. You know, like
I love how you turned into a Southern man. like that's a prerequisite for kicking
abusing
the shit out of your kids.
Yeah.
Don't forget your wife beater with stains all
with
over
stains
too.
all
Like
over it, and I got the scruffy beard, and I come out and my hair's all freaking messy, and I got a shotgun, and I come out with my whip, and I'm like, boy, what did I tell you? Pick up the motherfucking
It's a
Orbeez,
switch.
boy.
You got to get the switch.
Get the switch.
Get the switch.
Go out back and pick a switch off the tree. You know what I mean? Like,
There's a willow tree right there.
oh god.
Oh fuck.
Whew, we
One of
all
these
had
days-
very similar childhoods, I think.
Yeah.
We had a willow tree. Those fuckers are no
Yes.
joke, man. No joke.
Except for the time I brought my own switch to Grandma.
You were
Oh, they
very
don't.
bad.
Yeah, you don't bring your own switch because
No, I brought a log.
Oh,
No,
pick this up, Granny.
No, he was very bad one day, and he kept getting hit with the switch that my grandma had, and it broke.
Oh.
So she told him to go get another one. So he went, and he was little. I mean, I'm talking like 5, you know? And he went and got it, and he come back, and he had a log as big as him. Like he's just doing the...
I
brings
never
it back.
laughed that she just threw it at your
he
head.
brings it back, and he drops
My grandma
it.
had dead aim. I'm not kidding.
He drops it at her feet, and she's like,
The hell's
"What
this?
is this?" And he goes, "If you're gonna hit me, just knock me out." And she laughed. He never got hit, but he was dead serious. Like he wanted her to knock him out.
I think Grandpa was laughing too.
Yeah, Grandpa was laughing.
If you're gonna hit me, just knock me out.
Just end it already. I'm done.
That's pretty much what. And she didn't hit him after that, but it was pretty funny.
My grandma never hit anybody, man. Anyway, we're getting off subject.
We are, we
Sorry,
were way
guys.
off topic,
We
guys.
really just need
Yeah.
to do an episode
We
of
need
that.
to do an episode just where we bullshit. We
Yeah.
need to do that more anyway.
Yeah.
I think we just need to spend more time bullshitting and
Here's
Get
a
it out of
People
our
like us
systems.
This is a bullshit episode.
Yeah. Well,
oughta
we were
just
talking
have
about
a
Sin
whole,
City.
like playlist of videos. It's just called bullshitting.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that
Behind
for
the
our,
scenes. Here's some bullshit for you.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
bullshitting.
We'll do that for
The Patreon.
the Patreon.
No, because we need more content on the YouTube too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think we need to do more than just movie reviews.
Because how are people supposed to find us and like the Patreon if they don't know how we actually will
I think
be?
I've also been
We need a weekend where we just come over here for like Friday or something, drink and just bullshit.
just drinking bullshit. I've been thinking. I've had it in my head here that I want to do some trivia stuff,
yeah.
like with trivia games.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm up.
If you guys drink, can you get me sparkling grape juice? Because that stuff's good.
I have the perfect glasses for you as well.
Yeah?
Oh damn.
Are they purple grape glasses?
No, they look like wine glasses, but they won't break.
They won't break.
I love
I
I
will
got-
test this.
I got them, and they literally look like wine goblets or whatever.
Mhm.
And I walked in, I was like, Jeremiah, check these out. And I went like that, and he was like, ah! but like, I went like that, and they didn't, like, they just like clanged together. And he's like, let me see that. Like, yeah, they won't break.
That's weird.
Oh, me and Joseph, we're going to test this out.
You go right ahead.
How hard could he throw it at each other?
Hey,
I love it. It hit one of you, like, fell down. Ah!
Oh, please.
Start twitching.
Yep.
Okay, anyway,
Anyway.
your review.
Yes.
That's where we are.
Oh,
So what's your review? went
my
way.
review is
It's
it
black
has
and
to
white.
be the white sparkling grape juice, not the red, because the red is gross.
I'm all over it.
Got you.
I got you, fam.
Okay, my real review. That's not about the grape juice, because I don't like normal grape juice. It's gross.
He's going on about the grape juice.
Let's get to the review here.
Okay. It was an okay movie. Meh, you know.
Meh.
Meh. It's a
Meh.
meh.
Yeah.
It's a meh.
It's a meh from her.
It's a meh.
I'm sure if I watched it whenever it came out, I was a kid, so I probably
It
wouldn't have
doesn't
liked it
matter.
then
You can
either.
rate it however you feel
Yeah.
about it. You don't have to.
Yeah, go with your
Yeah,
gut.
I'm not good at explaining my emotions, though.
Typical
So,
woman.
like,
Yeah.
I can express them. Do you want me to express them?
Fuck you, Dad.
I want you to do it through interpretive dance.
Interpretive dance. Yeah. You're like,
Da-da-da-da-da. Meh. All right.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6.
6.
6? That's actually higher than I thought you were going to get it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it's an old movie, kind of. So.
Fuck, we're old.
I was gonna say, she keeps saying old, and I
This
keep
is like
going,
an old movie.
it was like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 5 years ago. Oh, like, I don't know. Almost 20 years ago now, I think.
Oh!
fucking mouth.
I think it's been almost 20 years, isn't it?
Shut your
When did
fucking
it come
mouth.
out? 2005?
Shut your
2001?
fucking mouth.
2001?
What? You're out of your
Wait,
fucking
hold on,
mind.
Hold on. 2000. No, April 1st. That's what's throwing me off.
April Fools! Oh, this
Yeah.
movie is so a joke.
This is 2005, I believe. Or
Yeah.
2006.
Where the fuck did I just see that?
So about 15
Dude.
years ago.
Dude, I'm trying here, okay?
Fail.
Here. Hold on.
April 1st, 2005.
So 2005, yeah. All right.
Did you fucking write your shit?
April Fools.
I wrote it down.
I figured
Like
you
a
would.
fucking
So
professional.
it was 18 years ago.
I use my phone.
18
Fuck off.
years ago, yeah. It's an oldie. An oldie but a goodie. All right.
What's your review, Eric?
Yeah, Eric, what's your review?
You know what? I actually gave this a 6, and then you guys gave it all 6. I'm like, I gotta give it lower because I'm
No,
the
you
one that
don't.
hated it.
No,
No, you don't.
I gave it a 6.
I thought
6
Karen
and
gave it a 7.
She gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I gave it actually it was a 6.5, but then I was just starting knocking it down more. and more.
You guys made it worse for me.
Yeah,
We made it better last week.
Yeah,
Now we made it
usually
We
worse.
made it better.
Better.
I was make it worse. So I mean, all honestly, I'm going to give it a 5.5 for me. I was still interested, but I don't.
It's, kind
It's
of
not my kind of movie.
Bit, yeah.
So
Yeah.
my pros on it, I liked how it had the colors with the black and white. I liked how they made the colors pop.
Ooh, pretty colors.
The
Ooh.
dialogue, I like the dialogue, but not the monologuing. Makes sense. There's just so much monologue going on. I wish
Right,
there was
the
a little bit more.
narration,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinematography was pretty good. I liked how they
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will get behind that. I agree.
Yeah. cons. It's just not my style. Not my style of movie. I'm not big into noir. If I was to rate the movie as of what it is, I would rate it more like an 8 out of 10 for what the movie is. For their style, I'd rate it higher. But
Oh, I see
for
what you're
myself,
saying.
I
Yeah.
cannot give it.
No, and that's how you're supposed to rate it. It's for
Yeah.
you.
For me, it was
Exactly.
a 5.
Yeah,
Five
this,
for me,
this
it's a
ain't
5.
like, oh well, I think everybody else is gonna love this. So I'll
Well,
give
it's
it an
not.
8.
It's
no,
not.
it's like no, this movie. I don't
it's-
like this movie. It's easily a 6.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's definitely a 5.5. It's just
It's all
for-
about what you think.
yeah.
What you think. Yeah.
yeah, style like, for the style of the movie. But yeah, that's my review. Is 5.5.
Review.
My
Is that
review.
your
My
review?
my review.
Review.
Review. So let's
Review.
get into Rotten Tomatoes.
Which is also.
Rotten
I
Tomatoes.
understand that, Karen.
Do you have it pulled up? No.
Yeah, I do. As a matter of fact, it's right fucking here. I'm waiting on your damn answer. You go right fuck ahead, piece of shit.
Damn.
Ah, damn.
You see, I'm
Wait for the
good. I sit
critics.
here-
Piece
For the
shit.
critics,
For the
I sit
critics.
I'm going.
here,
I'm going.
nice.
Shut up, Dad. 60.
What?
Oh, I was gonna go
That is- I
65.
wanted to go to
65.
60.
That's
I
what I
wanted to go
was.
60.
I know, 65.
I don't want to go 60.
She just 60, 65. Now you gotta either go higher or lower.
66.
Oh,
Oh.
he $1, dude. He gets it.
Oh.
You son of a bitch.
76.
Oh wow, really?
bottom
Oh,
end.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
So-
a lot higher than I thought.
I
It would be.
really thought.
Critics'
Yeah.
consensus. Yeah,
Consensus.
consensus. I can't say that
No,
word.
wait, we got to do the audience first.
Well, I
Yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
we always do the both.
Audience.
Audience, I'm gonna go.
Let him do
82.
it however he wants to do it. I thought that was the point of different hosts.
I'm gonna make you eat that mic.
There's like no pause in that. It's like
Jesus.
straight. You're gonna eat that fucking mic.
You ever
Let
watched
him do it
F is for
however he
Family?
wants to.
Huh?
You ever watch F is for Family? He always tells get him to put you through that fucking wall.
I'll watch anything with Bill Burr
Yeah,
involved.
I'm gonna put you through that fucking wall.
Audience, now go.
82.
I think it's gonna be higher. I'm gonna go. Fuck, you said 82. I'm gonna go 80.
Son of a bitch.
We're
You
gonna
get
go
off my
75.
ass.
75.
You
Madison takes it
suck.
78%.
Wow.
Wait.
Wait,
You said
I said
80. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, he's closer.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
closer.
Joseph got it.
Or wait,
That'd be right.
to be
in the
middle of the
Three-
road.
3 points to your 2. 8 to 10. 8 to 80. It's 2.
Yeah,
8
you're
to
right.
5
Oh, yeah,
is
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So Joseph wins by
Yeah.
I think you gave him the answers.
Give me the answer.
1. Critics, whatever.
Consensus.
Consensus. Visually
How long do we go that
groundbreaking and
Well, I'm a hooker. It's the critics consex me. Consex us.
Oh, shit.
Consex
Dude,
us.
with it. Visually groundbreaking and terrific.
What's that?
Terrific.
Terrifically
Ter-
violent. Yeah,
terrific?
terrifically. I was sitting here thinking terrify. Terrifically.
Terrifyingly.
Yeah, terrifically.
Terrifically.
We just make up words.
Yeah, visually groundbreaking and terrifically violent. Sin City brings the dark world of Frank Miller's graphic novel to vivid life.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go into audience ratings.
I hope there's some good ones.
I'm looking.
You have to make it fast. We're getting pretty late into this.
I know. I'm trying.
Well, we
to
went
find
on
it.
Well, I was gonna say we didn't talk about.
Holy shit! I'm
Grandparents,
not reading. I'm
parents,
not reading all that.
and
There's
grape
literally like a
juice.
whole page of a 1-star.
Oh, don't read that one.
Holy shit! Like I'm not even kidding. Like look at this.
No, we don't need that. Dude.
Oh no, we don't need that noise.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
god, dude! Somebody wrote a book about this movie.
Oh shit.
Fuck yeah, they did. And they actually, I mean, they use punctuations and everything.
Let me tell you what
They
about
went
Sin City.
Hard into it. All right.
It's just
Well,
take
you know
away-
that's somebody that really gives a shit.
That's
And
he fucking
normally
wrote a
we
whole
should
Stephen
probably
King novel, dude.
normally we should probably pay attention to that, but we don't have time
we
for
don't
your
have time
shit
for
today.
that shit. We
I
don't have
got
time for
a
them fucking
5-star. Got a 5-star.
Oh,
A perfect rating. All right, I'm kind of interested to hear perfect. Rating.
amazing! It sucked my dick.
Sonic. I love the moon and moon butt.
What is it?
Sonic. I love the moon and moon butt.
What?
What?
Let me see this. And butt is B-U-T.
Yeah, it's not butt as your ass, just butt.
Like
Oh,
they
yeah,
meant to
yeah,
type more, but he's
But I'm gonna leave you hanging.
Yeah.
right. It's
Yeah.
a 5-star.
It's 5-star.
Hey, he
Eric
was in it
always
to
finds
win.
the best.
he was in it to win it. He was in it to win it. He was like, "Listen, guys," and that's it. And then he walked away.
Sonic, I love Moon and
Let me tell you
Sonic.
why I love this movie. Hold that thought.
But it wasn't even the right movie. He said Sonic. I love the moon butt.
Yeah, that's literally it.
What about the moon though?
And Sonic.
In Sonic.
In Sonic, yeah.
He went fucking complete left field to the fucking moon.
Maybe he was taking the shrooms.
I think he was
Oh,
drunk.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He probably took the shrooms for
Took
it.
the shrooms for us. Yeah.
There's a 2-star. Meh. Pretty dull, to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's honest. He's honest.
That's not honest. That's
Holy shit, what's up with these
Tell us why,
long
then.
ass paragraphs? There's a 5-star. It's a fucking page long,
God
too.
damn, some people got some shit to say.
Jesus.
Those are your artsy fartsy people. who
Oh
got
my
so much to
God.
say.
I'm
Let
trying-
me tell you my opinion. I don't care. Let me go grab a beer first.
I am kind of interested. I might go back and read the 1-star on my own time.
Uh,
that
go
really
for it.
long one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's not finding any smaller ones.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's skip it.
Yeah, so that's
Let's be done.
Let's be done.
that's that. Karen, what's the trivia you got for us?
Okay.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
You have is there a lot?
No, it's not
Really?
hateful.
Surprisingly.
I know. I
I
thought
figured
same-
there would be a lot for this movie.
Yeah, there really wasn't, actually. Guest director Quentin Tarantino directed the scene involving Dwight and Jackie Boy in the front of the car before Dwight is pulled over by a police officer.
I see now. I could see that because of the dialogue in. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Because of the way the movie was shot, Mickey
I love
Rourke...
Quentin Tarantino.
I know you do.
I love him.
I-
I don't like him.
I'm
Like,
not
he's
a fan
he's
of him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's kind of a condescending prick, but
Yeah.
but I love his
Will
movies.
you hold-
I fucking love his movies.
Will you
man.
hold his hand and skip to the loo?
I would, dude. I would if he would let me. He'd probably be like, "Get the fuck off me." That's how he would sound to get the fuck
Don't
off
look at me. Don't even breathe on me.
Who are you?
No. He sounds like get the fuck off me. He sounds like a fucking nerd. So.
He does. Because of the way the movie was shot, Mickey Rourke and Elijah Wood never met until after the movie was released.
Okay.
I mean,
What?
yeah, they never met because of the way that it's shot.
That's so weird because they like are literally in
Fighting
scenes
each other.
He chopped the dude up.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird.
You know? That's why I put it in there because I was like, how?
Yeah, how they had lots of scenes together. That's so weird. That's
I
what
guess
they
you
do.
don't. You can be in scenes together, but you don't have to be in the room together.
Well, yeah, that's what happens with fucking green screens.
Yeah,
and-
green screen.
But that is kind of a
CGI.
neat way to
Cut
make a movie
scenes.
because, I mean, that's neat.
What
'Cause
if you get into a? Yeah, I mean, it works if like you got two actors that can't stand each other.
or
Yeah.
you know, there's timeline conflicts and stuff like that. You run
Yeah,
into that all the
Right?
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
So you could still have a movie made with the people you want.
yeah,
You know. Anyway, according to Robert Rodriguez's commentary, the torture sequence between Yellow Bastard and Nancy was originally shot faithful to the comic book, considerably longer and more graphic than what appears in the final cut or the extended edition. Rodriguez stated that the torture segment was crossing the bounds of bad taste, even for Sin City.
So hold on now, because it just put me back on how I
Oh
said
God!
how I said I'd come in and I talk to my kids like.
Oh God!
He comes in, he's like, "You're gonna stream for me, you fat cow, you fat cow."
I mean, he did kind of like he was wearing those boxers. And he had that
That
belly,
pot belly, it's just like that dad bod, you know what I mean?
but not a sexy dad bod.
No, not at all. It was terrible.
No,
It was
it-
like,
no.
"You're gonna stream, you fat cow."
Yeah, no,
It's so weird.
mm-mm. No,
Fuck,
he-
dude. I can't believe Nick Stahl was comfortable with doing that.
I know that's what I'm saying.
You fat cow. And he was so into it too. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Well, I guess that's acting for you.
Maybe either that or like,
He's really into it.
yeah. I was like, either that or is that just him? You know what I mean? Like, maybe he's.
Well, I
into
mean,
that
you
shit.
got Jessica Alba tied up. You get to whip her. Maybe he's into it.
Yeah.
He's really into that 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. Robert Rodriguez scored Kill Bill 2 for $1. Quentin Tarantino said he would repay him by directing a segment of this movie for $1.
That's funny. I love
Yeah.
their friendship.
Yeah. The signature white blood proved hard to achieve on screen. Regular movie blood couldn't provide the stark look. The crew had to use fluorescent red liquid and bathe it in black light. In post-production, the liquid was turned white. Leonardo DiCaprio was originally up for the role of Rourke Jr., but eventually declined the role, which went to Nick Stahl. I can't imagine Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I can see why
He's
he probably.
too-
I bet he declined it. Like, nah, I
Like
don't
once
think
he
I can
found
do
out
this.
what the character
Yeah,
was,
he
was
knew, like
fuck
Kitty
that.
Diddler. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, right. Like he's probably like, nah, I don't.
He's
think
a
I
little
wanna
too
do
high
that.
and mighty for that. He ain't,
Yeah.
he ain't doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to be labeled as that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like known for doing like the Rourke Jr. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
like fucking creepy yellow dude.
Right. Robert Rodriguez originally envisioned Johnny Depp in the role of Jackie Boy. Due to prior commitments, Depp could not play the part, while at the Academy Awards, Rodriguez saw Benicio del Toro with long hair. Coincidentally, del Toro played the title character of the Wolfman and said that he was looking at Jackie Boy. He told del Toro not to cut his hair and mailed him the comic book and a copy of the short. The customer is always right. Del Toro immediately signed on. The shape of Elijah Wood's chin was changed subtly in post-production to give him
I
more
saw that.
unsettling appearance.
I saw it.
I didn't notice it until like I went back and I looked at pictures after I read that and I'm like, oh, yeah,
I saw
definitely.
it. I saw it in that one scene where like it showed his face straight forward, and you could see him like that evil smile.
Yeah,
that
you
he
can
did,
see it. It's like
and you could
almost-
see his
can see it.
jawline and shit. It
Yeah,
was in his
it's
chin.
way more sharp. than
Yeah,
it
it's
normally
sharper
is.
and
Yeah.
a little more thin. It's weird. I was
You ever
like, yeah.
seen his version of Maniac where he plays Maniac?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
You should watch it. It's very good.
Yeah,
If you've seen him in this as Kevin,
yeah.
like It's really good.
I
Robert-
like- I like Elijah Wood though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Robert
I think
Rodriguez.
he's a very underrated actor.
For sure, who credits Frank Miller's visual style in the comic as being as relevant as his own in this movie, insisted that Miller receive a co-director credit with him. The Directors Guild of America would not allow it. As a result, Rodriguez resigned from the DGA, saying it was easier for me to quietly resign before shooting, because otherwise I'd be forced to make compromises that I was unwilling to make or set a precedent that might hurt the Guild later on. Unfortunately, by resigning from the DGA, Rodriguez was also forced to relinquish his director's seat on John Carter. After the book on which it was based, for Paramount Pictures, Rodriguez had already signed on and had been announced as director of that movie when the DGA situation took place, and had been planning to begin shooting soon after wrapping this movie. Didn't that movie bomb?
I think it did. I don't remember that movie being very good.
Probably because Rodriguez had to drop out.
There you go.
Originally, Robert...
See, he could be like, I could have saved that movie.
He probably could have.
But you guys' stupid rules suck.
Originally, Robert Rodriguez didn't plan for Benicio del Toro to wear makeup, but del Toro insisted on it. Tarantino later commented the makeup being so good that people actually forgot that's what Benicio looks like. I mean, yeah. But you can almost not tell it's him.
Yeah, really, you can't. Except for in the eyes, you can a little bit. But dude, he just did such a good job.
Oh, yeah.
He was definitely the best actor.
Best bad guy.
The best bad guy for sure,
Yeah.
but like he was the best actor, I think, in the movie. I can't think of anybody who topped him. He was so good in what little he had.
I would say that sequence had the best acting. Because, okay, Bruce
because
Willis
it was
always...
directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Well, no, that segment.
Oh.
In the car.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying.
But, yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, because like Hardigan, you could make the comment that, Bruce Willis is a great actor.
He did a great job, yeah.
But it's the same character he always plays.
Willis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. A sad, down on his luck cop.
Yeah.
Like Die Hard.
Yeah. So, I mean, he always plays that guy, so not hard for him to bring his
He's got a very sympathizing voice.
Yeah.
Too, so
and I'm not
easy
trying
for
to
him do.
downplay his acting
Right,
or what he
yeah.
does. I'm just saying that when you talk about who really blew you away, it's that whole first sequence with the acting in that.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. I agree with you. Counting only blows to the head or face, Marv is struck 21 times throughout the course of this movie. That's it.
Only blows to his face?
Yeah, if you only count blows to the head or the face, Marv is struck 21 times throughout the course
Not
of the
to
movie.
mention all the bullets and everything else.
Correct. We're only counting blows to the head or the face. 21 times.
All right. Well, let's get into next week. Madison, you're choosing.
It's your pick.
As I should. Sly. Okay. I got this.
Watch her pick, fucking Avatar or something.
Bad, dude.
Oh,
If I pick Avatar, I'm throwing myself off the building.
I'll bring you grape juice.
It's Avatar. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God.
It's Edward Scissorhands, you guys.
No, seriously?
It is. Edward.
That's hilarious because I
Edward.
just downloaded the soundtrack.
Eduardo.
Edward.
It's
Eduardo.
Edward Cesar.
I've seen that movie.
Edward Scissor.
Well, I have two, but I'm
Cesar.
down to watch it again because I fucking love that movie.
Skizzer. It's
alright,
Edward
it's alright.
Skizzer
Shut your
Hans.
fucking mouth.
It's Edward Skizzer
Eduardo.
Hans.
Edward
It's
Scissorhands.
Eduardo.
Edward
So
Skizzer
next week is Edward
Hans.
Scissorhands. That's cool. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Yeah,
Hans.
I love it.
It's probably
Dude.
my.
I remember loving it anyway. What if I hate it this time? Oh no.
I think it might be my second or third favorite Tim Burton movie.
What's your first?
My first? Definitely Beetlejuice.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
good. That's
Beetlejuice.
good. That's a good one. Yeah. Ooh.
So
I
it
love
is.
Beetlejuice.
I don't know if I have a ranking. Honestly, I don't think I've ever thought
I
about
think
it.
I'd have to go back through and remember all of his movies. I mean, Edward Scissorhands is up there, but you just can't top Beetlejuice, man.
Yeah, you might be onto something there.
Nah.
I'd have to think about it.
It's streaming on HBO Max, Hulu, Amazon.
You're using Google. You're wrong.
Oh, for sure, you're wrong, dude. You gotta get Watch Now, man.
Just watch.
Just
That's
or
all you
just
need.
watch. That's what I said.
That's the only three that's popped up saying it's streaming.
Ed.
It could be streaming in a different
Scissorhands.
Skizzer.
It's HBO Max and Roku.
Oh, well, I've got
That's it.
HBO Max
That's all you got.
and Roku. Okay.
Roku's free, but you have ads.
Yeah, bad.
Okay.
I'll watch it on HBO Max. Or wait, do I own it? I think I own it.
I know
we
I
have
own it.
HBO Max.
Yeah, no, I think I own the movie though.
And I'm sure they didn't take anything out of this movie. There's nothing.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
All right.
Well,
Maybe
I don't know.
wait.
They get so
Maybe
offended
wait.
about everything. It's probably that burning cross. They took that out. I'm sure. On Bush.
I want to see him burn it 30 times.
I'm sure they took that out.
Sacrifice your children.
They don't want that in there anymore.
He cut her hand. They took it out.
Oh yeah. They can't have that blood in there.
no self.
Oh, no fake snow because
No
that's
self-harm,
probably
No titty showing.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
was there any
Titty
titties
show-
in
there's
that?
no
I don't-
titties.
Yeah,
There
there
was
was.
no titties. in
Yeah,
this
huh,
movie.
because he sees that naked chick. I remember that part.
Didn't you say-
She's not actually
Ada forced me to
nude.
watch that part
Didn't
again.
you say,
I know,
Nick
but
Carter
still,
was a
thought
kid
we were
in that.
making fun
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, he's the
Like
kid
kid.
on the slip and slide.
Oh.
Mhm.
Say
Anyways,
Nick Carter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
anyways,
he's dead now though.
No, that was
Nick
Aaron.
Carter? Aaron Carter.
Oh, that's Aaron Carter. Yeah, I get
Wow, you
confused.
said that like with such happiness. You're like, he's dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now.
No, I'm not happy. I just don't care.
Oh,
Damn.
No, don't call me heartless. I just don't know the dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I have no affinity for him. Like, ew, yeah, his music's so good. No, it wasn't. I hated his music.
Aaron?
Both.
I
of
didn't
them.
know Aaron.
Both of them.
didn't
I
know
remember
Aaron's
crying whenever I was little. Whenever I found out Marilyn Monroe was dead.
music. That is sad though.
I
It
know.
is sad.
Because I was like, I asked Dad how she died, and he told me nobody knew.
Well,
Officially, it was a
Dr-
drug
an
overdose.
Yeah.
drug and alcohol overdose. But
But
they
there's
say that the
speculation.
Kennedys had something to do with it.
Of course they did.
It was possible. But that's just...
Oh man, we do this trivia thing where we're drinking. I can't imagine the conspiracy theories are going to come
Oh,
out. of our
Jesus.
mouths.
Oh, God.
Let's get him going.
We do need to plan something like that where it's just like a trivia night or something like that.
Bonus
You guys should
episode,
get
you guys can listen
spit-faced
to us
drunk,
talk
and I
be
should just be
stupid.
here.
And it doesn't have to be just us. It could be we could bring a few more people in on it or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, we get
Yeah.
Crystal in on it or something. We could all have a drink and
Yeah, just
Have a
set
little bit of
people
fun.
wherever they can fit.
Yeah.
Sit there on the fucking floor.
You
can-
share my
hey,
mic.
Hey, you can do the drinking games whenever I'm not here. Or whatever.
Doesn't have to be a drinking game.
I thought it was a drinking game. I thought that's
No,
what
just
you were
trivia.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just trivia. But we probably will have a few drinks.
Because why not? We'll bring Jeremiah.
We're grown ass
over.
motherfucking people.
It's- The sad part is like if we did an actual like movie trivia game, it would be me, you, and Jeremiah destroying everybody.
Yes, it's true. It's true. There was
Fuck you
we
guys.
played we played a movie trivia game in North Carolina when me and Sam were married, and we were doing teams, and me and Sam were gonna be on a team, and everybody's like, no, you guys are married, you got like a secret language, you can't be on a team together, and blah blah blah. Okay, so then they stuck me on this team with this guy named Andy. Unbeknownst to them, me and Andy knew the most out of movies out of anybody, like even more than Sam did, right? And we mopped the floor with everybody, and they were like, "That was a mistake." We're like, "We could have told you that."
Yeah,
but
you gotta spread
didn't
you gotta
let it-
spread the experience, man.
Yeah, they just were like, "You gotta,
Like
you
if
gotta
we
play with
did
Andy."
three teams, it couldn't be me, you, or you and Jeremiah.
yeah, like
you know, it would
you
have
gotta
to be
spread it out
yeah,
a little.
It would have to be like me and Madison, or like, and then Jeremiah and Eric, and
That's
then you and
I was
Crystal or
gonna say
something like-
I'm not good
like,
with.
It
trivia.
couldn't be like you know,
yeah,
And
like,
it-
hey, me and Joseph are
if-
gonna be on a team.
if it involves
nobody would win
Yeah.
except us.
If it involves Disney movies, I want my wife with me.
Hey,
Yes,
if it
yes.
involves Disney movies, then I'm good. I know a lot about Disney
I'll
movies.
I'll get my ass kicked in Disney movies.
Yeah, Disney movies, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about them.
yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyways, let's get into the outro here, guys. Remember to find us on TikTok, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. We are also still on Spotify, so please like and
Spotify.
share.
Apple Music or Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Amazon Music.
Yes.
We
Be
have an
sure to
Instagram,
like.
too.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
have an Instagram now.
Yeah,
he
I
said
said
that.
that.
He said
Oh,
that.
did
Instagram.
it?
God,
Yes.
I gotta start. See, we're getting too much stuff now. I keep forgetting to like. I didn't add all this. So we're like, I did this thing, and then we're like, oh, well, now we've got Instagram, and now we've got Tumblr, and then it's like, fuck, I gotta redo.
What
the
is
bullet point.
Tumblr?
It's just like YouTube.
Yeah.
Kinda. Kind of like YouTube.
Oh,
So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And remember to also have.
Remember, we also.
Huh?
If you're just
Rem-
gonna, yeah.
Yeah,
Remember, we also.
Yeah, remember we also have an email if you'd like to contact us that way. the Bonsai Movie Crew at gmail.com, which is also basic. We'd love to hear from you guys. Let us know how we're doing. Keep us,
shoot us an email,
good-
comment on the
good or
videos.
bad. If you feel like we're doing
Yeah.
something wrong, let
and
us
leave
know.
us a like too, because if you whenever you like and share and all that and comment, that actually gets our videos and our content out to more people.
Yeah.
And we would like
More
to
people
see,
that you can relate to.
So, and if you're watching this, then obviously, especially this far into the
Yeah.
video,
This is
Then-
probably one of the longest ones we've done in a while.
we have a couple 2.5-hour ones.
Yeah,
I'm just
we've
saying
got
it's the
some long
longest
ones,
one
but-
we've done in a while.
But this
Yeah.
is probably like if you guys don't like comment and things like that, it doesn't spread as much. Like, so if you comment or like and all that stuff, if you do those things,
It gives us a bump.
it gives us a bump. It pushes our videos more. Like YouTube, it's
Like,
something to do
oh,
with the
people like
algorithm,
them. Maybe
but, like
more
it pushes
people
our
will.
content more, and that's something that we definitely need because some days, some weeks, man, we get a little like down on it. Like, man, I don't think we're not doing that great. Like, it's just sometimes it's kind of stale.
I think it
It's
just
at a
depends on the
standstill.
movie.
I think a lot of it has to do with the movie, and then like I don't know, Madison made a TikTok for us and had like 800 views in a day, and I'm like, how the fuck? She's like, Dad, it's all about the tags. I'm like, I don't know what, whatever. Like,
That's why we need younger people to do our social media
yeah,
stuff.
I'm like adding all the tags I can think of, and there's probably like 30 other tags I could use. I'm like, I don't use any of them because I'm like, well, I don't want to lie to you. I'm not gonna add a bunch of shit to my video, like tags for my video that doesn't actually pertain to my video. So.
Right?
It's just weird.
It's just like I have Facebook. That's literally the only thing I have, and I still don't know how to use that thing fully. Like, I know how to comment.
There's
and
a
all that
lot of
bullshit.
crap you
It's
can
just,
do with social
man,
media nowadays to push content and things like that. And I'm
Like,
amazed
I
by
tried
it, so.
getting on Reddit and kind of pushing us on Reddit a little bit, but that thing's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, Reddit's a whole other ball game. See, I don't know that much about Reddit, but yeah,
You have
so-
to get like karma credit just to get put a comment on things.
Oh,
You have
I
to
thought
build your
you just
credit up.
asked
It's just-
questions and
That's what I thought Reddit was.
looked
Oh,
at
man.
comments.
Apparently, there's a lot more to it.
Yeah.
Than I thought.
So, anyways, be sure to join us next week as we discuss Edward Scissorhands. And Madison will be hosting next week.
That's
I
a good
will.
one for you to host. Actually.
I will.
It's a very good one for you
Yeah.
to host.
Is it?
Yeah, for sure. This
Yeah.
is definitely in your ballpark. You know what I mean? Like your sort of. You've seen Edward Scissorhands, right?
Not in a long time.
I think it's definitely a movie that like a girl at her age. would
Gothic-y,
be-
Christmas,
Yeah,
kind
like,
of.
especially with like her, she's like into that.
Did you
shit.
put Die Hard in there?
I'm pretty sure Die Hard is in there.
Don't you have
Okay.
the master list? Where's the master?
I was gonna say because
Down
Christmas.
here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
need to add some Mel Brooke movies in there.
I got the other list in here. I just haven't wrote them down to tear them up and put them in there.
I need to
Okay.
make it a full list. Like I've got like 2 sheets of paper, and it's all like.
Spaceballs definitely needs to be in there.
Anyway,
Calm down.
You're gonna make them think I'm emo.
no, it's not about not emo.
I swear.
No,
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 I swear.
no.
no.
I
no.
promise.
No, emo's not Tim Burton.
No.
No, I know,
He's-
Well,
Like,
it is.
people
it is,
might-
though.
Shut the
It is though.
fuck up.
It is though.
No, it's
It is
not.
totally Nightmare Before Christmas.
but I hate that movie.
Come
No,
on.
people turned it into that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what it is, and
Yeah.
that's why I hate that movie. Now.
No, it's because people
'Cause
turned
I
it
see
into
it
that.
everywhere.
I've
Yeah,
never liked that
into
movie. I don't even know how it
that.
ends. I fall asleep every time.
Anyway,
So, I'm Eric. I was your host this week.
Bye, I'm Karen.
hello, I'm Joseph.
We're leaving.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Hello next week.
yeah.
Bye, I'm Madison. Go on,
Bye.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Okay, bye.